Toyota FJ Cruiser, have you ever heard of Tartarian Truth? I discovered your channel through their videos. Yeah, I've heard of him. I haven't seen some of them, and I really don't consider him a friend.
I'll tell you, that Tartarian Truth, mate, cracks me up.
What's up, Tartarian Truth? Good evening.
Tartarian Truth. Hi.
Tartarian Truth? Are you in the chat, Tartarian Truth?
Tartarian Truth.
Tartarian Truth.
I think if I had to guess, if I had to throw a dart at it, I'd say he's watching Tartarian Truth. But that is just a guess. It's a best guess, educated guess kind of thing.
Everybody, I want to draw your attention to Tartarian Truth in the chat.
Yeah, big up Tartarian Truth.
Tartarian Truth.
Tartarian Truth.
Is that the real Tartarian Truth? Is that the man himself? It's got to be, right?
What's going on, Tartarian Truth?
Oh, Tartarian Truth. Yeah, I actually like your stuff.
Have you heard of the Tartarian Truth?
Tartarian Truth annihilated Synchro Clown Show with a real debunk video, not like this gay little smug boy sarcasm fest. Again with the gay insult. Why?
And in particular, Shem. Thank you.
We'll do Tartarian Truth. Oh, it's an entire channel.
Tartarian Truth, the blue kachina is amazing.
Oh, Tartarian Truth. That little stick of a man.
Yo, shout out to Tartarian Truth.
Tartarian Truth. Hey, Wings, hope you have a good stream. Well, thank you, man.
Tartarian Truth.
Good evening, Tartarian Truth.
It's Tartarian Truth, bitch.
Tartarian Truth.
Big up Tartarian Truth. Yes, Tiger. What's a go on, brother?
I'll name him. I don't care if y'all look him up. Tartarian Truth. I've already blocked him on the channel.
Hey, guys. Tartarian Truth here.
Tartarian Truth is hilarious, mate. You watch his most recent videos, laugh my arse off. Mate, it's entertainment, isn't it? That's what it is. It's entertainment. That geezer cracks me up.
I don't know what the fuck the word Tartarian even stands for.
He just does his best on YouTube to try to make me seem like a very bad person.
Tartarian Truth. What? Where's Tartarian Truth, Santos? Yeah, you know that fucking cunt. He's going to fucking hell. Don't you worry about that.
Good evening, Tartarian Truth. Good to have you here.
Tartarian Truth. Let's have a look at this faggot.
What's going on? Franny, Angel, Merlin.
And you can follow and jump from lily pad to lily pad with me. We'll be little frogs discovering this world together.
Mindful exposures.
The phenomenon of Shem, because Shem was a titan. Shem was born during the vapor canopy. He survived the day the sky fell.
Portland. Knuckles. Jason hasn't gone live since his court date on Tuesday. He accepted a plea. Wow. Interesting. What's up, Blue Riders? Dana. Sig. Alrighty, so tonight we have a pretty interesting one because of the person, Quasiluminous, also known as Mr. Satan, a guy who claims to be the reincarnation of Satan himself after doing a ritual known as, it's called blood over intent. So he claims after doing this ritual, he became blood brothers with Satan, and he also sometimes says that he is actually Satan himself. Pretty crazy stuff, but overall the guy's pretty hilarious. I'll let him do some talking, and then I'll chime in here and there. We'll get into his history a little bit and potentially have some people who did this ritual and support this guy on later to interview them and see what it's all about. So
I'm Prince of Darkness, and I intend to bring forth heaven on earth and release everyone from bondage.
So yeah, this is the channel he posts on mostly right now. It's called Mr. Satan. He just posted a video yesterday. You'll hear him say multiple times in the video, he'll talk about how he gave gallons of blood. In reality, I think he's using previous blood donations from where he donated to the Red Cross, which shout out to him for helping people who needed blood. But you can see right here, this is the blood over intent ritual. I intend to bring forth heaven on earth and release everyone from bondage. So he signed it the Prince of Darkness because that's what he calls himself. And then usually it seems like they poke their finger, kind of like doing the diabetes test, and then they rub it on the paper. So yeah, you can see right here, 1 gallon of donations, Red Cross. So he's gonna bring forth heaven on earth. This is how it's going now.
Keep the plunger work. I'm the Prince of Darkness, and I intend to bring forth heaven on earth and release everyone from bondage.
So yeah, he claims that every time you do this ritual, you create an elemental that gives you special powers and also dictates your position in life based on your actions, the words you speak, and everything else. So based on his paradigm of that, what is his current situation of basically being a plumber say about his actions and his words?
Flashback. Here is the extension of the Grand Architect to free everybody from the chains of time and money and bring forth heaven on earth. You'd have to be fucking retarded not to put this together. You speak Satan's language. You eat his poison food, drink his fluoridated water. You use his money. Everything about you oozes fucking Satan. Everybody is working for worthless paper backed by their own stupidity.
You're a hypocrite.
End of flashback. Quoted 10,000 to fix a toilet. So yeah, you heard him say right there that people use money. He basically insults people for the same things he does. We'll see it multiple times throughout the video.
Really?
Oh wow.
So creepy.
Yeah, we're gonna
So
talk about
creepy.
that. Okay, so this is very important. I had to cut this down. It was originally like 40 minutes, but we get the point after a while. But let's go back a little bit and check that out again. So in multiple videos on his channel during these plumber video blogs, he films random women in public. So pay attention to this real quick. So he's literally just filming this random girl's ass in public and just posting it on his YouTube channel. He's done this multiple times. That's why the thumbnail is the way it is. Really strange. You'll notice that when he's talking about his theories, there's always like these sexual innuendos throughout all of it. It's really strange.
So creepy. So creepy.
You know, it's just crazy how blind people are, but it is what it is, people. You're about as filthy, satanic, Luciferian as they come. I am Satan himself in the flesh, standing on gallons of blood. I'm the Prince of Demons, the Prince of Darkness, the Antichrist, Satan himself, the Prophet of Death. You will join me in blood or literally expire. You're about as filthy, satanic, Luciferian as they come.
Dude, did you look at the fucking mirror, you stupid muppet?
Everything you think you know to be true is the reverse of truth. The devil already has your soul in the Vatican.
12 seconds later.
So you see here, Lucifer represents life, thought, progress, civilization, liberty, independence. Lucifer is the Logos, the serpent, the savior. The devil already has your soul in the Vatican. You know, I spilt up my blood into the earth, asking the Great Spirit for guidance, and this is what's guiding me. She showed me her holy hole and how to take over the universe.
What the hell did you just say?
She showed me her holy hole and how to take over the universe.
What are you talking about? What? Huh?
She showed me her holy hole. It's amazing.
And I'm telling you, if you don't place your blood beside my own, you're not getting into the Garden of Eden. It's just that simple. You need to be published. Side by side, blood is thicker than water.
No thanks.
You know, I hate to pick on Jesus freaks. They can't see that Jesus is the sun above your head. And the biblical Jesus being pushed on you is kind of funny. And there's an underlying secret they're showing you with all the blood. You need to make your blood sacrifice. You need to put your lamb's blood on your door. And it's very simple.
Now, I'm going to tell you guys this is an obvious scam if you can just read the signs.
And you need to write it down on a piece of paper. Spill your blood on it, like I intend to bring forth heaven on earth. And then publish it side by side with your brethren on YouTube. Blood thicker than water on YouTube. Videos. This is the sun above your head bringing your flesh, your bones, and your blood into fruition. And then the black sun is bringing all your intent into fruition. This is the great drag on Typhon, the mother of all creation. It's the Aurora Borealis.
It's like an asshole eating a turd or shoving a turd back in. So let's check this out real quick before we continue with the video. So these are the photos of what EB2 is missing, I think. I heard that this was done. he claimed this was done by police officers. There's like a whole blog where he's writing about what happened to him. Allegedly, he broke up a fight in the hallway. He said that the woman was fighting an ex-cop, which was her boyfriend, and she was abusing him. So he stepped outside to try to help, and the cop beat him up. And he called the police, and the police showed up. And since the guy was an ex-cop, they basically abused him. Then he posted the video of this happening, of them breaking into his house on the internet, and the cop said, "You better take that down, or else we're gonna mess you up." And then since he didn't take it down, they came back and did it again. And I've heard him say in this video that I have here called Mark Arrest Info, he talks about how he was tortured for a couple weeks. But let's check out some of these photos real quick. So this is either he did this as part of the ritual, or this happened as a result of his arrest. Let's use the music. So yeah, there's the cops coming into his house. His hand's pretty messed up here. You saw his chest. I think right at the very beginning here, he talks about what happened.
A secret place where I was tortured and mangled up for 2 weeks. And when they finally got done with me, they dumped me off at a hospital. And, you know, doctors take reports, lawyers do shit, but I'm telling you, you learn the hard way. It
puts you out of your comfort zone.
Nobody, when cops beat up somebody and do what they did to me on video with no warrants, you could see it. There's no warrants. They barge in that motherfucker door. Marlon, bam! There's no, we have a warrant. You didn't hear any of that shit. But that's a register. You could see clearly what I was. I mean, so when you see people like that.
So yeah, he goes on to say in this video that the reason they did this to him is because he was saying that nuclear weapons weren't real, if I'm remembering correctly. So all over the place of the story. I'm not sure. It says my internet is going low, so I apologize if it's lagging. Let's continue.
Shooting out of the Holy of Holies at the center of the dish. You were birthed into this world through your mother. You're going to be birthed out of your world.
No idea what that picture
through the
is.
Holy of Holies, the great dragon Typhon, the mother of all creation, end of humanity. And that's the Aurora Borealis. Every compass is pointing to it. You're living on a flat earth plane, and everybody you know is a filthy fucking retard lost at sea and officially dead. And it's just that simple. When you drink from the living waters here, you become superhuman. That's how these fuckers have been ruling over us for so long. What you see on TV is not real, people. You see old people. Those are actors.
What?
Old people on
Like,
TV are
huh? Are you crazy?
Those are actors. They know nothing of truth.
Buddy, you're describing yourself.
They're just put on TV to fool you. I'm telling you.
I'm a thief. I'm a scammer. I'm a liar. I'm a pedophile. I'm abusive. Geez, let me keep going.
I have the eyes to see that every compass is a spear of destiny pointing to the Holy Grail, where you get everlasting life and you become a super fucking astral creative force that nobody could fucking kill. And it's just that simple. And when I show you strippers dancing around stripper poles, and I show you that your Christmas tree has the spiral lights around it showing you that this is where you need to get to, at the very center of the dish. Your Christmas tree
Not the last time he's
is
going to
showing
mention him
you
in
the
this video.
spear that pierces the side of Jesus Christ who's on the cross. There's really no way to fuck this up.
How does that make sense? It doesn't. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't. So, you scratch your head like, how does that make any sense? Maybe it doesn't at all. Maybe it's just a thing on YouTube.
So you say, how are we going to get there? Why am I there? I got the spear of destiny. I'm telling you, from the comfort of home, over the next 2.7 years, I will wake up enough motherfuckers to get us all eternal life. I can see the prize, and I keep my eyes on the prize. I don't mean to call you a fucking retard.
A lot.
Okay, but I'm the only one who's going to be screaming this out for the next 2.7 years, because you're all a bunch of fucking pussies. That's you. That's what you are.
This article right here is his statement on what happened, if you want to read it yourself.
You need to make some videos and point this shit out. This is real. I'm telling you, I have the eyes to see it. That at the very center of the dish is the whole.
So this is a copy of one of his arrests, the 2010 one. I found 3. One was 2008, 2010, 2016. But anyways, He says that he has the eyes to see this stuff, and this arrest notes possession of meth. So I think it's safe to speculate that the eyes to see translation is taking crystal meth and probably other drugs.
Holy of Holies. So like Ponce de Leon.
It's okay, Lex.
Ponce de Lion. What we're gonna do is we're gonna gang bang this hole.
What the fuck? Like, huh?
This holy.
So the followers of him are going to go up to the North Pole, which is actually the South Pole, according to him. They're all going to gang bang the hole.
Of Holies. When 144,000 of us are side by side, blood thicker than water, we're going to make it to the Holy of Holies. We're going to cause a mass migration, and we're going to all gang bang this hole.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about? These people are just yikes. I don't understand, man.
Crimea River Aid.
There's really nothing to understand. It's just nonsense. It's shit that they try, they make up, they're out of their minds.
It's time for another good idea, bad idea.
And I'm telling you, when we all get there, if you think they're going to let you in, okay, if you didn't place your blood beside my own, published to the Ethernet.
Good idea.
Okay, you'll be able to drink from the living waters, but you won't be getting out of this fucking place. I guarantee you. Okay, and here's how I know. I spilled my blood over my intent, and I was given the eyes to see all this shit. And what I'm telling you is that the Ethernet is conscious. You need to place your blood.
So Merlin, I don't know if you're in here right now, but you just heard him what he said for later. Because I tried to bring this up the other day. He says that the Ethernet is conscious. It's a living thing. It's divine.
Into the Ethernet if you wish to pass through this hole.
Bad idea.
It's just that simple. You don't have to like it. But I was only given the eyes to see this after spilling my blood over my intent that I intend to bring forth heaven on earth. I did it on video. I published it to the Ethernet, and I was given the eyes to see this.
So that's that.
It's that the angel of death is my blood brother. You will join me or expire. You see, I published this video. I intend on closing out the book of death for my blood brother, the angel of death.
His blood brother, the angel of death.
Trained to take over the position. I need to get us all to the Holy Grail before we're dead. Jesus the Son.
So he said that he's being trained to take over the position of Satan, which is really interesting. I'm not sure exactly what that means.
Places his light into the hole at the center of the dish.
So you see here, at the center of the flat earth plane is the Holy Grail. This is where you'll drink from the living waters and become superhuman. It's rubbing your face 24/7. There's no way to fuck this up. You see this, people? The black hole sun at the center of the flat earth plane, where you drink from the living waters and become superhuman.
What you've just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
The candy cane, you suck that just like you put that wafer on your tongue at church.
This dude needs to get
the
laid.
body and blood of Christ. There's no way to fuck this up. Every compass is pointing to the Holy Grail. And it's right over there. I know it's hard to believe. You think you're in a ball floating through space as a monkey, but it's actually one side of a light hole is a black hole. It's as above, so below. As within, so without. The sun above your head is making your flesh, your bones, and your blood. And now that you're here, the black sun is bringing everything into fruition.
So you heard what you just said right there. The black sun is bringing everything into fruition. Other times when he's insulting people like the church or whoever, he says that they worship the black sun. He says that the black sun is something negative. So it seems like he really does have two personalities living inside of him, because one argument he uses to insult people, and the next second that same argument is used to justify what he's doing. For example, he calls people Satanist. He says that they're worshiping Satan, but he literally says that he is Satan. So why is he saying that them worshiping Satan is a bad thing if him being Satan is a good thing? And he does this multiple times. Like, just go watch one of his videos. I mean, you think I'm like cutting it up and making it out of context. It's not out of context.
Everybody's going to go to a funeral and bow their head in prayer. Okay? You're going to bow your head in prayer. You're going to set up your Christmas tree, which is the spear of destiny piercing the side of Jesus Christ who's on the cross.
What? What? What the?
Yeah.
What? Huh?
Every compass like this one, you see, is pointing to where Jesus places his light into the hole at the center of the dish. Out from that hole comes the tree of life, shooting out, hits the parabolic mirror, and showers down on us. Before all these trees were knocked down, that astral light would have spread out across the earth through these veins or these roots on these silica trees, sort of like silicon chips.
You're a stupid dumbass.
So, like for example, you see these fish over here, and it looks like the division symbol. And what I'm seeing is, like, for example, you're birthed out of your mother's water. Your father places his junk into your mother's trunk, and then 9 months later, you're birthed out of your mother's water onto the dock, and the dock doctors the papers.
What's up, Katie?
And sends them off to the vital statistics office,
Jake Peacock.
and they send back to the hospital a certificate. Because
Exactly.
when a ship berths into a port and berths out that all those goods onto a new country's soil, there's a birth certificate that's given to the captain, and that accounts for all that inventory. So that birth certificate that you have shows you that your inventory. It looks just like a warehouse receipt. It has all the numbers on the bonding paper exactly like a birth certificate is exactly like a stock certificate with the special paper and the numbers and all that stuff. That's because you're stock and you're lost at sea. You know, there's plenty of fish in the sea, right? So what I'm getting at here is that
You're a moron and you don't deserve anyone's time. You're just a fucking idiot and you need help. Okay.
everybody is working for worthless paper backed by their own stupidity, and now their god is time. Their time is money. You will get to school on time, pay your bills on time. Everything will be done in time.
Oh, shit.
You see, you go to a strip club and you make it rain. Okay, you make it rain, and this
Has to mention strippers again.
is crazy, people. So what I'm getting at is that
This guy is fucking stupid.
There's no way to fuck this up. Literally, you'd have to be so retarded it goes beyond measure. For heaven's sakes, if I don't make videos, everybody will surely die.
His ego off the charts.
And to get into this place, you have to be at a higher level of consciousness. And I'm telling you, I know where this place is. And if you want to go there with me, I recommend you place your blood beside my own.
Bad idea.
And all you have to do is just type into your computer blood over intent into your YouTube search engine and hit enter. And you scroll down, you see all of us spilling our blood, our spiritual currency, over our written intent to be bringing forth heaven and earth.
That's just plain creepy.
This is the reason why. You're in the Colosseum right now, people. And the gods are looking down on you. You can't see anything. I'm explaining it to you. I can see it all. And it's all showing me exactly what I need to do to save all of our lives.
Right.
Get eternal life or get our way out of this fucking matrix and wake the fuck up. You don't have to like it. I spilt my blood up. Gallons of fucking blood.
Sounds good.
And I got the fucking holy spear. I'm the only one screaming this shit out because everybody's so filthy fucking retarded.
That's you. That's what you are. And it's so fucking obvious.
If I don't make videos every day, for heaven's sakes, everybody will fucking die surely.
You stop making videos every
You're
day.
right.
About this, at least.
You're joking about that, right?
The Holy Grail is right over there. That's what's been hidden from you. And everybody you know is so filthy fucking retarded. I mean, how you don't make videos every day pointing this out, I don't know. You must be filthy fucking retarded.
But it always goes back to look in the mirror.
It doesn't matter what you believe.
So yeah, this is his video where he just straight up just claims to be Satan. And he calls everyone cockroaches. This is his picture. I didn't put this in there. It's actually blurry like this in his video.
I hold the spear of destiny, and this is my world.
He's got the spear of destiny, the spear that pierced Jesus on the cross. He's got it.
You will join me in blood or expire. You're a filthy cockroach, lost at sea. You're legally dead, and this world is mine. I bring forth the end of days, motherfucker!
No, it'll be a fair conversation. This is just joking around. Kudos to him, to Mark, for, you know, going out there and working and not begging for money like some of these other guys. He says he doesn't ask people for money, which is respectable, and he posts plumbing videos on his YouTube, which shows that he's out there making money, trying to at least provide something to society. So you got to respect him for that. He's not really hurting anyone here, but it's just funny to laugh at the guy. It's not that big of a deal.
Security, motherfucker. I'm just trying to help.
Oh yeah, this is who he reminds me of with this video, because he says "motherfucker" over and over again. Hear that one more time.
Hold the spear of destiny, and this is my world. You will join me in blood or expire. You're a filthy cockroach, lost at sea. You're legally dead, and this world is mine. I bring forth the end of days, motherfucker.
Security, motherfucker. I'm just trying to help you.
I'm sorry, but I don't need your help.
Yes, you do, motherfucker.
Yes.
You do need my help, sir. Can't you see that, you son of a bitch?
Could you please just let me check out my groceries?
Fuck you. I'm
That "can you please let me check out my groceries" is so innocent. One more time.
see that, you son of a bitch.
Could you please just let me check out my groceries?
Fuck you. I'm trying to help you, motherfucker.
Motherfucker, I need to get us all to the Holy Grail before we're dead. You will join me in blood or expire. Nobody escapes me. Not even your God, you little fuck.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
It doesn't matter what you believe. You should be shitting your fucking pants. I can see what nobody sees. We're getting out of here alive. If you place your blood beside my own, you have to understand this is a book of life with 144,000 names. I'm the Prince of Demons.
Just like with Archaics, 144,000 will exit the simulation. By the way, this guy says that it's a simulation as well, for some reason.
The Prince of Darkness, the Antichrist, Satan himself, the Prophet of Death. You will join me in blood.
She showed
or
him
literally
her hole.
expire. Nobody escapes me. It's that I stepped in a big pile of shit when I spilt up my blood, gallons of it, as
Yep, steps in a big pile of shit every day at work.
the Prince of Darkness. Here is the extension of the Grand Architect to free everybody from the chains of time and money and bring forth heaven on earth. I've given up my free will. The angel of death is my blood brother. You will join me in blood or expire. And you should be shitting your fucking pants. I bring forth the end of days, motherfucker. We're going to drink from the living waters, become eternal. We're going to come back here, bring forth heaven on earth, and nobody will stop me. I am Satan himself in the flesh, standing on gallons of blood. All your leaders swear in the Bible. 2 Corinthians 4:4. It's my world. And nobody escapes me. It's blood up or shut up. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I don't take money, worship, or advice. And anybody who does take any money from you, you should be running for your fucking life.
Good idea.
This is not a cult.
Smartest thing he said all night. If anyone's trying to take money from you on YouTube to do something, you should run for your fucking life. Well put, Mark. Great idea.
Like a Jesus cult that worships a dead body on a cross. They can't see that they're cross and confused. They make the upside down cross and go from your head to your chest, left to right. When they walk into a church, placing the holy water on their head, you're birthed out of your mother's water upside down. We're going to the fountain of youth. We're going to be birthed out of this world into the land of perpetual twilight, where there is no more night and day. It's perpetual twilight, the end of days. We're going to grab some seeds, come back here, plant these giant trees. We're going to cook this frog slowly and bring forth this heaven on earth. And, nobody has to like it. So it turns out it doesn't matter what you...
All right, we're in the final stretch. I sent the StreamYard link for anyone who wants to come up and either give comments on this guy or defend him. Open panel. Merlin, feel free to come up, dude. Aphrodite said she's going to come up.
You believe, it's what did you intend to do about it? You see, all of your leaders, they all swear on a Bible before they go into office, and these are the people that take your taxes. That
I'm trying to help you, motherfucker.
Your silence was consent. So if you don't understand what this book is telling you, this is a weapon. It's telling you that in there, Corinthians 4:4, that Satan owns this world.
Corinthians 4:4.
And I can see what's up. So when I put up gallons of my blood using those blood bank certificates under Satan, the Antichrist, the Prince of Darkness, to release everybody from bondage and bring forth heaven and earth, that was published to the World Wide Web. Nobody contested it. And the great spirit of this earth gave me this spear of destiny and shows me her holy hole. We're going to gang bang this hole and how to take over the fucking universe. And it's just that simple. And nobody has to like it.
You know, when I say I have the favor of your creator, I'm telling you, I look.
Yeah, I cut out some of the child parts in this because I don't know, it was weird, but it did seem like he had his son or some other prepubescent boy say some things so he could like reverse the audio. It's pretty strange.
The sun every day and talk to your creator.
Bad idea.
You don't even believe that the sun is conscious. That's the collective consciousness of the whole. How people are missing this is unfucking believable. I look directly at the sun and I speak my intent. I don't ask for stuff. I don't pray for anything. I say, kindly give me the knowledge of the ages. I
don't ask for stuff. I don't pray for anything. I say, kindly give me knowledge of the ages. Maybe I'm insane, but it sounds like you're asking for something.
I intend to bring forth heaven and earth in your name. And I remind you often, I get all my power from the sun. It's programming me to say specific stuff, do very specific things. And I'm sure within a year or two, I could get everybody eternal life. It's just that simple. All I have to do is just keep pointing out the way.
Within a year or two, he's going to give everyone an eternal life. I think it's been more than 2.7 years, like he said. So one day ago, he's posting plumbing-related tasks. Sunday, emergency plumbing. View from work today, plumbing-related task, and emergency plumbing call. So he's posting pretty much plumbing videos every day, which is, once again, respectable. But definitely did not usher in 144,000 people to the Garden of Eden within 2 years or 2.7 years. So once again, another one of these YouTube gurus who failed, and for some reason no one holds him accountable and no one cares. Just brush it to the side. Everything they said was true. Just this part wasn't. It's okay. It's okay though. Everything else was true.
Way and lead the way in a couple of years. It's just that simple.
So much for that plan y'all had.
So, you know, when you hear people talking about this blood over intent, calling it satanic, it's
good idea.
It's true that you are the most satanic motherfucker in the world.
Dude, you look in the fucking mirror, you stupid muppet.
Every word you speak is a magic spell. You learn spell casting in school. You have God virus. You place the power of creation outside of you. Language is what the computer speaks. That's what you program computers with. That's why you watch TV programs all day. And
a few moments later,
that you took your test with your number 2 shit pencil. Number
The
1 is a
Antichrist.
PP. Number 2 is shit.
Number 1
Ash trailing light, the astrolight. One side of a light hole is a black hole with the green astral jet shooting out. At the center of the dish is the fountain of youth. There's no way to fuck this up. And if you don't help out by making videos every day like this, your life is in my hands. And if I don't wake up enough people to cause an exodus to happen, you will die of old age or stupidity.
He's describing himself.
So what you could do is write on a piece of paper something selfless, like, I intend to bring forth heaven and earth for the benefit of all.
Good idea.
Spill your blood on that, and then burn this in a pot on your nightstand right beside your bed at midnight.
Bad idea.
And you'll gain
Make sure it's at midnight, guys.
an elemental power out of the universe associated with fire. And it is this simple. You write out on a piece of paper, you know, I've boiled my intent, a selfless intent, and poured the cooled off water into an aloe vera plant. What I'm saying to you is that water, earth, air, fire, the Ethernet, like I've written one out, published it to the Ethernet originally, and then I did another one a year after, using gallons of my blood with the blood bank note certificates. And
So right there, he said he used gallons of his blood with the blood bank note certificates. That's what I was saying at the beginning of the stream. He got certificates from the Red Cross saying he had donated gallons of blood, and he used that documentation on top of new blood to do the ritual with gallons of blood, right?
what I'm saying to you is that each one of these different things that I do adds another, you know, elemental type ability to see stuff that nobody else can see.
You are fucked in the head and you need help. You should go talk to someone. Seriously. Okay.
And it's going to be easy to take over this world because everybody's a little pussy.
Good Lord, man. Look in the mirror for a second and stop believing your own lies.
Bonus stage.
Okay, so this part's really interesting because he makes fun of people for watching TV all day. It's clear he does. If you watch some of his videos, he's always referring to TV shows, movies, music videos, stuff like that as evidence for his theories. So that in this one, he doesn't want to admit that he's watched Dragon Ball Z, so he tries to place the blame off on his kid. He's like, oh, have you ever caught your kid watching a TV show? And it's clear that he watched it as well because he knows like the whole story. And then he claims that he went Super Saiyan eventually.
Early, if you have children, then you've seen them watching Cartoon Network, and maybe you've caught one of the shows that they're watching, like this Dragon Ball Z, and you see this character, this dog character, you know, he prides himself on destroying worlds. You know, I'm here to blow up a world with a thought. You know, just running around blowing up this world, that world. And then he comes to Earth and he meets all these Super Saiyans. And, you know, they come to this town of Satan City. No way to.
So yeah, his name on YouTube now is Mr. Satan, which is the same name as this character from Dragon Ball Z. It seems like he was pretty inspired after he saw that series of Dragon Ball Z that his son was allegedly watching.
Fuck this up. This is Satan's world. You know, it doesn't matter what you believe. You could be a fucking atheist. Your leaders put their hands on that fucking Bible.
One eternity later.
This is Satan's world. And I got gallons of fucking blood as Satan. And I can see shit nobody could see. You know?
You know.
I'm going to lead us all to the Holy Grail. There's going to be an exodus. I've gone Super Saiyan. You know, nobody's going to come here and destroy this world. Everybody thinks they're on a ball floating through space as a monkey, but there's a dome up there. You know, they believe in meteors and all this other shit. And everything turns out to be fake. So eventually when it sinks in that the fountain of youth is real and you can become an eternal being by drinking from the living waters, gazing upon the astral light at the center of the flat earth plane, once it sinks in, you know, when you realize everybody that you know is sleeping, there's zombies literally dead. You're going to say, it's true, Quasiluminous is the Prince of Darkness.
You serious?
Because now everybody around you,
I haven't heard of them.
they're all zombies, legally dead. You could scream at them, but you can't get through to them because they're filthy monkeys lost in a ball through space. They have no divinity.
Miserable Saiyan monkeys.
One side of a light hole's a black hole. When this sets in and you realize this stuff, you go super.
What's up, Astro T?
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
You don't have to like it, but when I published that video, Under the Prince of Darkness Speaks, the angel of death became one with me.
3 minutes left. Merlin, I don't know why you wouldn't come up here when on Old War Florida you went up there and he was insulting you and Mark far worse than anything that's been said in this stream, but you had no problem going up then. Doesn't make any sense. Probably because there's more viewers over there, right? Because every person I've ever had on my show I've treated with respect. This is just joking around, so there's no reason to run.
And I can see that nobody can stop me. Until your blood is beside my own, the angel of death has you in his book. And it's exactly this way for a reason. Because you're legally dead. You have no right to this world until you come back to life. Your creator wants proof of life. And nothing's going to get in the way of bringing forth heaven on earth. This is by divine order. You will join me or die, motherfucker. I'll remind you often, I'm standing here as Satan on gallons of motherfucking blood. The spirit of death is one with me. I can see all the horrors of the universe. And I'm telling you, I put up my blood to get the spirit of death the rest of eternity off. And the spirit of death shows me everything. My teacher. We're in the same boat. We gave up our free will. There's a book of life and a book of death. Nobody has to like it. Heaven is coming to earth. Until your blood is beside my own, you're in the wrong book, motherfucker. You will publish your blood over your intent to the Ethernet beside my own under blood over intent on YouTube, or you won't. It's one book or the other. I'm sorry. This is my world now. And heaven's coming to this place. Nobody can stop me. The angel of death will get you before you get me. It's just that simple. This is by divine order, motherfucker. You will join me or die of old age or stupidity. I'm informing you as Satan himself, standing on gallons of motherfucking blood, that I have this mythical spear. And I'm taking over your world. Nobody can stop me. All I see is filthy, retarded cockroaches everywhere.
That's you. That's what you are.
I'm informing you that you're lost at sea. You're legally dead. You're a filthy, retarded monkey floating on a ball through space.
There's nothing that I despise more than a monkey.
As an accident, and you were fed the reverse of truth in all things.
Dude, did you look in the fucking mirror, you stupid muppet?
There's no way you can stop me from taking over your world. You're so filthy, sickly, retarded, it goes beyond measure. If I don't make videos every day pointing out the fountain of youth, you will surely die. That's
He
the
does
prescription of
sometimes.
reality. There's no way to fuck this up. You will join me or die, motherfucker.
What? Like, okay, there is no logic to what you are saying. There's no logic there. That's called stupidity.
Well, that's that. So you get the point. Full-grown adults heard this guy talking, and they made a decision as adults to follow him and think that what he was saying was profound and worth listening to. There are people out there who think that this guy is some sort of like prophet or messiah. And I took I took some of the best things he was saying. If I would have just let the videos play all the way through, sometimes it would have sounded even more insane than that. It was very difficult to try to put this together into a coherent presentation because he goes back and forth over and over again. So it's pretty insane. I'm going to put this link up one more time just in case people want to come up and talk about this. I think the main problem is that these people know that I know their theories and what they claim to believe in better than they do. So that, oh, here we go. Merlin showed up. Welcome in, buddy. How you doing? And what they claim to believe in better than they do. So that, oh, here we go. Merlin showed up. Welcome in, buddy. How you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you doing tonight?
Not too bad. I think you have an echo. Is there any way to take care of that?
Is it better now or?
It's gone now.
Okay, good.
All right. So, did you want to question me at all first to make sure I understand some of the stuff you guys believe in, or would you like for me to question you first?
Yeah, where do you want to start? I mean, you guys have all the information, the same information that was given to us several years ago. The videos you're reviewing, the information is there.
So why does he sometimes say that when he's criticizing Christianity or other religions, why does he say that they're praying to Satan or they're worshiping Satan while also claiming to be Satan?
I mean, how do you explain this? The Christian religion has inverted the truth of the light of the world. So to get the proper understandings of what Jesus is, it's the Son. That's what's recording your intention into the Akashic records. The white hole sun above your head is what can be referred to as Jesus, and the black hole sun can be referred to as Lucifer. So they've got it all backwards. Lucifer is feminine. It's female. It's the divine feminine energy. The black hole sun is the womb where you plant your seeds, which are your thoughts and intentions. Those are your prayers and wishes and hopes and aspirations. That is a living, waving energy of potential that goes into the Ethernet, and it's recorded into the Akashic records by the sun. So it's that, he claimed the elemental powers of Satan, and Satan's superpower is that he has the power over sin and death, and he has given us the knowledge on how you can apply your own spiritual currency to write your name into this mythical book of life. So, I mean, this information.
I get that part, but when he refers to Satan in a negative way, who is he referring to?
What do you mean? Can you rephrase that?
So, when he insults Christianity or anyone else, he says that they're Satanist, and that's why they're bad, because they are Satanists. So when he's saying that if Satan is good, from in his paradigm, Satan is good, why would he be calling people he doesn't like or disagrees with Satan in that context? Why the name Satan?
There's a satanic cult at work, and you'd have to be blind not to see the evil within the government and the Vatican and what's going on. So without getting into greater details, I mean, everybody has an idea of what's going on out there. So it's that the Christian religion is literally the satanic cult. They are the Satanists that are inverting truth. Mark Braun captured the elemental power of Satan, the Prince of Air, and he directed all of his intention towards the specific key words of bringing forth heaven on earth. And this means that you need to bring it forth from another dimension into this physical plane. Basically, we are the rainbow bridge, the rainbow warriors, the 144,000 living souls that are able to pool this information from the black sun. It's a magnetic flux. We're inside of an electric, magnetic, firmament enclosed womb of creation. The firmament is a womb. So we're all inside of Mother Earth's womb at this very moment in time. And there are laws that we're going to have to follow, which is magnetism and electricity. And your heart chakra is literally creating a wave of intention, and it's stamped into this invisible element, the ether. It's the fifth element. So it's a real thing. Blood over intent is not a false alarm. And the exodus hasn't happened because we've been set behind, because there's no support, because everybody's just trash talking this spiritual alchemy. Yes, it's blood. It's your blood. And I understand that people have been scared away from the power of blood, but we are talking about using your own spiritual currency, which is literally the king's highest form of magic. Your blood is yours to spend how you wish. And by placing one drop of blood onto a piece of paper that says that you intend to bring forth heaven on earth, you're literally signing it with your royal water. That is what your blood is. It's your royal water, and it has real power. So this isn't something to be toyed with. And before we get called a cult, everybody should be aware of the fact that the Vatican stole your blood at the hospital when they stabbed the heel of your foot as an infant. They placed this blood onto a birth bonding paper attached to the legal corporate fiction birth name, legal name fraud, which is attached to all of these money contracts. And now everybody's being farmed by cattle, and your spiritual currency went with it. It was attached. The essence of your life force is in the blood, people. Like, this is what you're missing. The biophotons of your soul are in the blood. Everybody calls themselves a light being. Well, the light particles of your soul got into your body at conception, and 9 months later, you were birthed into this realm covered in blood and water from your mother's womb, and now you're inside of Mother Earth's womb, and you need to get birthed out of here in the flesh. Like the born-again Christians, you literally have to get born again. You have to go through a birthing canal out of this firmament enclosed flat earth plane into realms of creation that only the 144,000 are going to be able to figure out. Other firmaments beyond this one, worlds beyond your wildest dreams. So that's what's at stake, your eternal life and heaven on earth. So it's not a joke. And yes, there's a lot of confusion with circumstances, but we're going to have to work through all of it. And that's what it means to be trapped in hell. We're literally trapped in hell right now. There's a Saturn moon matrix, which is causing the reincarnation trap because everybody's dying and you're not supposed to be dying. What people are missing is that eternal life is at the center of the flat earth plane, and it's been there this entire time, and nobody was going to say anything until Mark Braun spilt the beans and dropped this knowledge on everybody's head. But as you can see, it's been censored and attacked, and we've literally been delayed by about a decade. So here we are, 2024, standing firm in truth to this information. I'll stop there because I can go on for hours, and I do. So. If that makes any sense. I don't know. Am I on track with the type of information you were looking for?
I'm aware of what you pretty much everything you said in the context of Mark's the information that Mark has presented. Like, I get all that stuff. What's strange to me, I'll try one more time with this question, but we'll move on. I just want a simple answer if possible.
Sure.
So are there two Satans, a good Satan and a bad Satan? or is it just a word that he's using because people know that it's bad in modern society, or what's? I don't get the I don't get the part of insulting people by calling them Satanist while claiming to be Satan.
Right. Well, it's that the church and the government and the military, those are the Satanists, the lawyers, the judges, the bankers.
Can we pause right there? So who is this Satan?
Mark Braun has captured anything you can think of, all of these
So they're
elemental
worshiping.
powers. He has captured all of that and directed the intention. Like Satan was a real being, and Jesus is a hoax and a fiction. That's the truth of the story here, is that Jesus never existed in the flesh as a living man. The Christians have been lied to from birth. I mean, these lies have been going on for thousands of years. So
Rethink. Shout out to the chat. Appreciate you guys being here. No,
it's going to
I
take a
mean,
while to sort this information out.
I think a lot of people can find common ground with some of the points you guys are making, but I'm just confused about why this guy specifically is the end all be all for the movement.
It's that he published gallons of blood, and literally the creator owns our blood. So all of the equity of blood is recorded into the ether. And when he stacked those blood banknote certificates on the table, he was literally pulling all of that stale information that's out of the ether. It's been floating around in the ether for years, and he just captured it all at once and directed it towards heaven on earth by publishing his blood as the Prince of Darkness. It's that every word you speak is a magic spell. The sound waves and the phonetic oscillations of your vocal cord are literally creating a sound wave, and it's going from analog to digital to this microphone, and then it's coming out of your speaker back to analog, and then your eardrum is vibrating. So it's going analog, digital, analog. But I mean, in the analog realm, that's where the consciousness is. It's the creator, the black hole sun, the astral light. It's that your intentions go through the hole, like he explained, the wishing well. It's a wishing well, and that's where your dreams and prayers go, like into the sun. The sun rays are like a laser on a disc, like on a DVD or a Blu-ray. You've got a ray reading a bunch of pits and grooves on a CD, or on a record player. You've got a needle oscillating in an analog sound wave. And your aura, your intention, you can't hide your intention from the creator. It's being emanated by your heart chakra. And the problem is, humanity has been hexed at their fourth chakra, in their heart. They can't be truly selfless. And this is because of the viruses that were implanted into your brains through media and through your schooling education. It's all indoctrination. They programmed you with a false calendar, so nobody really even knows what time it is or what year it is. There's like 1,000 years of fake history that were inserted into everybody's schooling, all made up nonsense. They hid the last great reset. The evidence is Tartaria and the buildings of the golden age that we used to have inside of this realm. And if you look at the Tartarian maps, they show the Holy Grail and the 4 continents at the center of the earth on the top of the Tartarian maps. I have them in my research files. So all of this information has been lost since the Great Flood or whatever happened. They broke the firmament, flooded this earth, and basically implanted a moon to cause a reincarnation soul trap. So everybody's in hell. They're legally dead. They're lost at sea, and they have no way out of here until we find a way to the center of the flat earth plane. So the entire world better put their resources behind us. They better put their attention behind us. They better put their blood over their intent.
According to your guys' paradigm, the entire world can't do this. Only 144,000 people can.
I mean, you're talking about the deepest core of creation here, and I don't have all of the answers. I don't claim to, but I can see that the power of your blood is nothing to mess around with. You sure don't want to be putting your equity over dark magic and trying to hold power over people and manipulating others. And that's what's been going on with all of this you know, espionage of the government secret agencies, tracking people, and I mean that's they're literally stealing everybody's blood. So you need
I'm not going to
to
say
go.
that. I'm sorry, go
So
ahead.
go ahead. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say I'm not gonna say that Mark is manipulating people because it doesn't seem like he's mentally capable of doing that, in my opinion. I think maybe things got blown out of proportion based on his original videos or whatever. So he kind of got more of like an ego attached to that. I don't think he's trying to use people or pointing them in the wrong direction, but can you not see how some of the stuff that you're saying just doesn't really make much sense?
Oh, of course. I live it every day. I'm the Merlin of Avalon, physically reincarnated in the flesh. So try explaining that to people, that I'm literally Merlin. I've captured the elemental powers of Merlin with my blood. I pulled Excalibur from the stone with my blood. It was documented in the videos I made to Stand in Truth with Mark and the 144,000. So it's going to take some time, and conversations like this is how the knowledge is pushed forward towards the truth. I mean, it's that, where's your compass needle pointing? Where is it pointing? And what's there?
It's
You know, is
the
it Mount
it's
Maru?
the North Pole, but it's actually the South Pole according to Mark.
A north-seeking needle is being pulled to the South Pole. So the South Pole is the hole, and the North Pole is the North Star at the center of the dome, which you can see that it's the sun and the stars that are rotating above the flat Earth plane.
Can I
So
ask you?
there's-
Can I ask you a question without? This isn't like a dig. Let me send the link
Sure.
for you after that. Has a majority of this information for you come from YouTube videos or the internet, or have you found any books that talk about this type of stuff?
A lot of this information has come from my own research. I mean, just being in tune to nature. I mean, I see elemental beings that others can't see. I mean, I'm a shaman, I'm a visionary. I'm in tune to these types of energies, empathic energies. Like I can hear people's thoughts at times. So I have, you know, minor psychic abilities and other things that happen to me that just don't happen to others. And that's, you know, the living souls are just in tune to our higher functions because we're not hexed at our heart. We can give you this information for free, and we've been bashed and suppressed the longest. We're the ones that they targeted and suppressed the most, and we're the ones that everybody needs the most, because literally it turns out that the Holy Grail is real. The living waters are real. Those of you who can't get through the holy hole at the center are able to drink from the living waters, which is the fountain of youth, which reverses aging, which contains the stem cells of youth, and it comes from our Mother Earth, and it is your birthright to drink from these waters, and that is everything that they have been hiding. The secret governments have been hiding this. This is the biggest conspiracy of them all, that the Holy Grail is literally real and it's available to you now, and you need to get there before you expire. If you wait around and die and think that somebody's coming to save you after you're dead, you're completely delusional. I'm sorry. Nobody's coming back to save us in the afterlife. If you die a physical death, your light will detach from your body, and your body will go to waste and rot. And the flies and maggots will have their way with you, and your light goes into the ghost realm, and you literally will get caught in the reincarnation soul trap that they're rubbing in everybody's face. In the Matrix movie, in the Beetlejuice movie, they're showing you that there's some kind of square wave, of a giant worm, of something coming to lock onto you, like the Death Star is the moon, and even the Millennium Falcon, the fastest ship in the universe, can't escape the Death Star. It gets caught in the tractor beam, and your soul gets pulled into a magnetic eraser, and they wipe your soul memories like a magnet across a hard drive, and then you're reinserted at birth. And that's why the children come out not knowing anything except for the few star seeds that have all these past life memories, but they're usually fragmented, and they call it deja vu because it's compartmentalized memory that you don't have a frame of reference for, and all these flashes come, but you can't put them into perspective because they're just bits and pieces. So here we are in the flesh, literally telling you that you need to show your creator proof of life, and only you can do it. So it's as simple as writing on a piece of paper that you intend to bring forth heaven on earth, and you sign it with a drop of blood. And that's, the creator's law. Leviticus 17:11 literally tells you that the life is in the blood to make atonement for your sins. So you literally tell God and everybody that you're sorry for all the dumb things you've done in your life, and you make a royal proclamation. It's a royal proclamation. It's the most highest magic you could attach yourself to. So
don't you think it's a little bit hypocritical to say that no one is coming to save people, but then claiming that people like you or Mark are saving everybody else?
Well, we are trying to show people the way. And
What's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Merlin, what's up?
Oh, I'm just over here enjoying the beautiful weather, sunny, and I was in my garden today and hanging out and dealing with this information, trying to get this through to people, the importance of doing this. So how are you doing?
Pretty good. Just watch the sunset. There's Sammy.
Yeah, it's all about the sun. That's cool. It's nice.
So Aphrodite, you're one of the 144,000, correct?
That's right.
So, what do you think about this whole Satan versus Satan type thing? Why does Mark sometimes say that Satan is a good guy, and then other times uses Satan as an insult towards people that he disagrees with?
I don't know. He's changed his name a few times. He's gone by Saturn. He's gone by Quasiluminous. He's gone by Satan. But I think he's more channeling like a messenger. But it doesn't really matter. The blood over intent message is the message. It doesn't really have a whole lot to do with Mark Braun, in my opinion. I didn't get into it from Mark Braun. I found out about it through Devin Maggi.
Devin Maggi started actually charging people money for this type of stuff eventually, right? Trying to take a trip to the North Pole.
Yeah, it was the North Pole Project.
Have a good night, Sherry. So yeah. See, the one thing I respect about Mark is that he doesn't ask people for money. That gives a little bit more credibility to his overall goal, which once again, his intent is good to bring heaven on earth. You can't really disagree with that. Why would you?
Yeah, but there was kind of a movement. Grim Nasty also tried to go to the North Pole, and he was raising money and gathered some people and got a boat, but then the boat sank.
Wow.
And Davin Maggi met up with Martin.
What's up, Crypto?
Was it Martin? Some. He has the zoomies. I don't know. He met up with 2 other flat Earth people in Europe, and they were gonna commandeer a boat to the North Pole, and then everything fell through. And Devin claimed to try to give back the money to anybody that asked for it back, but I don't think anybody officially asked for it back. So I don't know.
Well, there was a split between Devin and Mark at some point in the movement, right? So it seems like maybe you and Merlin might be on separate pages when it comes to this stuff because he supports Mark.
I don't think it matters. Like the blood over intent is like a personal contract with yourself and your DNA. Like I've met so many people from blood over intent, like throughout the years. Like I've met so many people off of YouTube from blood over intent.
Did you get the ability to see elementals and stuff like that after you did it?
I was gonna move to Australia to be with like the love of my life that I met through blood over intent. His name was the Smoky God, and he made a lot of really cool videos about kind of blood over intent. And he was in Australia. And 2 days before I was going to put my cat on the plane, COVID happened and the whole world shut down. Qantas Airlines went out of business. And I don't know, it kind of felt like the universe was preventing something happening. But
What's your
I don't
thoughts
know.
on that, Merlin? Because I know Mark says that through your actions and through your words, you create an elemental that basically dictates your reality. So, in that paradigm, since she was prevented from going to where she wanted to go, was that the result of her own actions, or was that an outside force?
I mean, that's a very specific question. It turns out we're all our own worst enemy, and that's a bitter pill to swallow. Like, I mean, everything you've done to yourself, it's your fault, man, and you need to fix it. No one else can. There was some divisions created in the movement. Obviously, there's been some censorship. It's the knowledge that everybody needs for the angel of death to pass them by is what was missed. Like, literally doing blood over intent is equivalent to putting the lamb's blood on your door. So if you don't have proof of life or a witness to your blood, you've got nothing. In the eyes of your creator, you're already in the book of death. Like,
Can I
literally
ask
everybody's
The thing is too is like all of the blood over intent community was talking about what happened in COVID before it happened. We were all talking about
Right.
this happening years before it happened because we knew it was all about the blood. We knew that we were going to get something that would try to change our DNA and that we needed to claim ownership over your DNA now and give proof of life, which is your DNA code. It's like your actual code in this matrix. And unless you actually put forth the will to claim ownership over it, you are by fault giving up you're a slave. You're giving up, because your DNA is owned by the Vatican and the government.
It's the Vatican. The Vatican already took your blood. Listen, the majority of people are already in a blood cult. At the church, the hospital, the bad witches and evil alchemists took your blood against your will and did a blood over intent and bound you to the legally dead corporate fiction.
With the soul, with your soul. Your parents sold your soul. The soul print of your foot.
Yeah, this is very serious. Everybody's already have their blood equity bound to all of this evil, and that's literally why they're trapped in hell. And the only way out of here.
I don't agree that this is hell, and I also don't want to be immortal. It seems like a lot with your guys' belief system is that immortality ties into it. You don't want to die.
If it's not hell, then why is everybody dying? I mean,
it's just, if you want to go back to the beginning, you could say it's because of the original sin in the Garden of Eden.
I think a lot of death is a choice. Like a lot of it's programming.
You're not drinking from the living waters and have no access to the fountain of youth because of like the United Nations keeping everybody out of the North Pole and all the fake globe, Google Earth garbage that they gave you, all the fake Jew, Jesuit indoctrination that warped everybody's minds and got you donating money to these pedophile priests that are telling you lies. They're telling you to save for retirement and wait for Jesus to save you, and you'll go to this kingdom after you're dead. And this is completely delusional. You need to get to the Holy Grail before you die. This is critical. You have to save your body or you won't have one. It's pretty simple when you put it that way, if you really think about it. There's living waters available to you now, and this has been hidden from you. So we're the first generation to bring this information back since it was lost.
It's never been lost. That's the thing. That's why I asked you if you had ever come across this information in books before. For example, if you read Phaedo by Plato,
okay,
the way that you guys describe the Earth is literally almost exactly the same way that Socrates is describing the Earth to Crito and other people as he's awaiting his execution.
Okay.
It's not
lots of cultures have described the Earth as a flat Earth disc.
I'm talking about the inner Earth being the Garden of Eden and all this stuff with all these different levels to
Well,
it.
Like
right.
Hyperborea.
Yeah, the knowledge is still there, fragments and pieces of it, but nobody has access to it. I don't.
You
I'd
do. It's
like
free.
to.
It's in the
It's free
DNA. It's
online.
the Akashic. It's the Akashic. Everybody does have the actual information. It's just we're programmed from birth, and then we actually have like spells cast upon us and like things
Mhm.
put into us through food, through medical interventions that
Okay.
stop our development and links to the information.
I agree. I mean, I agree with you on that. It does seem like a lot of the, shots we're given as children and other things like that could be preventing certain functions that us as humans are supposed to have naturally, but it's debatable. But I do have two questions. Let's see if we can get through both of them. First question is, who is the creator that you guys are talking about?
Who isn't the creator?
Classic.
I
What
mean,
about you after that?
I think I chose to come into this simulation, and it's like kind of an experience school for souls, and I think there's a finite amount of actual souls here, and we're interacting with some type of inorganic NPC, or I don't know. But yeah, so I do have this sensation that there is a separate life outside of this, and that maybe this is like some kind of simulation video game, and I don't know who the creator of the game is. But it does feel like to me that there's a whole separate like reality realm that's connected to this. And part of it has to do with Christ consciousness. Part of it's being your own savior. Part of it's not having like a daddy complex, the son worship, being the prodigal son, like leaving the father and coming back. And, it's like the hero's journey, like all of that shit. Like that's all part of this stuff. And we're in like the Truman Show. It's a movie. Like there's people watching us. It's the one eye symbol. Like it's the camera. Like all of it's connected.
I feel like one of the most concerning things about this interview so far is that most of the references that Merlin made and you made were basically like movies and other pop culture references to this stuff, which is weird because if there's an establishment that's like satanic and they're in control and they're the ones making all these movies and stuff like that, then why are these movies used as evidence to prove something good?
Because they have to tell, well, what do you mean prove that something's good?
What's up, Barry?
Part of their religion is they have to tell you, hey.
I like the discussion.
Like the black magic thing where they have to tell you for it to work.
Yeah, that's how the spell works. Yeah. Is that all the people have this oh haha, you're just joking, but it's like,
but you have the idea.
I actually told you there's poison in that. It's like people that drink a drink that says liquid death on it. Like, why the hell would you buy a drink that says liquid death and drink it? Like, that's a magic spell. That's a spell, and you're probably going to give yourself cancer by doing that. That's how people make themselves sick.
He's back. He teleported to Tokyo real quick. He's back on the stream.
I lost the link. Clicked something on my cell phone.
Did you want to answer the creator question real quick? Or did you have more to say about that? Because I noticed you were about to talk before Aphrodite started talking, but we can move on if not.
The creator. I mean, God is the name never to be spoken. You're to worship no false idols. So money's a false idol. Jesus is a false idol. All of these actors and all Hollywood is all false idols. Everything's about fallen stars with those people. They're the ones inverting the truth. They've been at it for years, and they've had control of everybody's minds through the TV. So, back to the creator. Well, we're inside of an electric magnetic realm. And your words have power, and you need to align yourself to heaven on earth, to bringing it forth with your blood, your sweat, and your tears. So you got to follow through with your actions, and it's not easy. So every day you've got to get up and do selfless acts of kindness, helping people, making this world a better place, like simply picking up garbage or cleaning up your environment, or whatever it is you can do to support the people around you. That's the type of equity that the Creator wants from us all. That's how we're going to bring forth heaven on earth and restore the golden age that was lost since Tartaria fell. Like, this world was an abundance of a golden age. We had access to everything in this realm, and now it's gone. They turned all our buildings into jails and courthouses and parliamentary buildings. They stole all of our buildings and then rewrote our history, and then tried to literally genocide us right off of the map, and literally are trying to suppress us again here in the flesh as we're bringing forth heaven on earth by publishing our blood. Like, you can't get around blood over intent. Nobody's going to escape this information. It's the Creator's law. You have to show proof of life to God, and you need a witness. So we've been here all these years waiting for witnesses. Satan's literally looking for his sealed elect. So he's not giving up. He just said, fuck it, and went plumbing because YouTube kept censoring and jamming up this information. So what more can he do? He told you, don't say he didn't tell you. He told you the devil's time was short. So, people like me come along to take it to the next level. Like, we're getting birthed out of here in the flesh, and we could use some support from the 144,000. They could make some videos, getting on live.
I think there's been more than 144,000 from what I've seen in the videos posted online. There's tons of people that use, especially like a couple years ago. But what you just said was hilarious. You just said, in case anyone missed that, because I know you said a lot of stuff, he said that Satan got censored on YouTube, so he started doing plumbing. Which is true, but that's just such a funny thing. Like,
Satan is a plumber. That's like Santa in the chimney. Like,
Oh, what?
no, it's
Jesus is a
it's not,
carpenter and
I
Satan's a plumber.
Yeah.
That's great.
Super Mario. Okay, so
Yeah, that's all the same
based-
thing. It's Santa,
based-
Super Mario. Yeah. It's
based
all...
on what you just said, it seems like maybe in your paradigm, Satan is the creator, because you're saying that you're making a personal contract, having this personal relationship through blood. But then towards the end of that, you kind of said something about how you're kind of pledging to Satan, and then that's when you went into the argument about him being a plumber. So it seems like based on all of that.
It's that this is Satan's world. This is his world.
Censored on YouTube.
Are you aware that the Jewish religion also has a similar paradigm to what you're describing? That there is a being called Alam that was created. He's the creator of this world by the Creator, and this is his world, basically.
The whole language is based off of the Phoenicians who did blood sacrifices.
So was Tartaria Satan's society or civilization? Is that what you were saying? I'm so confused.
It's quite possibly the 144,000 living souls built a lot of those buildings. This is our realm, and we came in here, and somehow we've gotten trapped. Our memories got erased. Something infected this paradigm, a virus of time and money. There's some kind of a reptilian, oligarchy. There's something behind all of this evil that's turning the Christians against the Muslims, when really both the religions were created by the same source. It all goes back to the Vatican, the Jesuits, the secret cults. All of this information has been decoded for years. It's just, we're taking it to the next level. We're literally here in the flesh. Like, hello, here we are. I'm here every day. I'm on the live streams. We got our own live chats going. We're constantly, watching information, looking for other people, trying to invite them to the chat so that we can get organized for the Exodus, which is when 144,000 living souls get birthed out of here. It's kind of a big deal.
Agreed, Peggy. Thanks, Aphrodite and Merlin, for coming on and talking about this stuff. Most people are too afraid to defend their beliefs.
I just want to say that the reason why I did blood over intent, it had nothing really to do with Mark Braun or really Devin Maggi. But once I heard the information about the DNA frequency and the fact, that, I knew about the heel stick, prick for the babies and all that, but it all made sense to me. And I could feel clones of me being grown in like vats, like robot, like android clones being built of me. And I did not consent to that. And the only way that made sense to figure out how I can make that not so like that the cells would no longer communicate with whatever that they're doing. It was to do blood over intent and to reclaim ownership over my DNA and say that I do not consent to my DNA being used outside of my body or without my knowledge. And like if you did like 23andMe, like forget about your parents, giving birth to you and registering you through the hospital with a social security number and all that. If you did 23andMe, you legally gave away the rights to your DNA. Like literally, they can do whatever they want with your DNA, include, start injecting it into clone cells or start building android robots of you. And yeah, AI clones, it's a thing. Like they've already started making AI clones of people, to represent you and answer questions like you. And like I could feel that already happening back in 2016. And that like when I did it, like I could feel this energetic release and I could feel like all of my like clones like deactivate, like drop dead.
What's up, Morgan? Thanks for joining us. So did you, when you did the ritual, did you just write the same thing as everyone else, or did you add something extra to it?
I added some extra stuff. Yeah, I made it kind of a little bit my own words. But I did have like, I intend to bring forth heaven on earth for the benefit of all. I did have that in there.
This is one of the
question. The blood over intent, is it that you're swearing your blood of your intent on Satan as
no, it has nothing to do with Satan. So like you keep on trying to like link it, and halfway, it's not.
I was just trying to make sense of the two. Sorry. So they're not related. Not related.
No, it's about a blood contract that's put up in a public forum.
Whose will are you using to power the ritual?
The will of your blood. The will of your blood. That's what it is. That's your.
And who are you swearing that blood to? And who are you swearing it to? Like, who are you committing this blood ritual to?
You're doing it to the universe.
Thank you.
Yes, it's that the Creator owns your blood. The four-face, four-letter God, this tetragrammaton, the dodecahedrons, and all of these sacred geometrical constructs. The frequency of your blood is contained within the ether. So it's like God has a tracking device on every blood cell in your body. It knows what quadrant it's in. It knows it's in your toes. It's in your head. Literally, the Creator can see every single drop of blood. The amount of information in the Akashic records would literally blow your minds. We can't
energy, right, guys?
I've connected a few times. I've definitely experienced.
We're working from that definition, right? That God is living energy, right? With a will, but that is love and cannot deviate from love. Assuming that we're mature enough to understand that love is a creative, not a destructive force. Am I assuming correctly?
That's the right type of frequency.
Okay.
It's just when you're putting up your blood, it's a royal proclamation. It's that everybody's already bound in a blood contract. They're already in one. And the Vatican took your blood at the hospital against your will. They did a blood over intent to you, and your silence was consent, but you were only 5 minutes old, so you couldn't really fight back. And your mother took the birth bonds and all of the money that comes from the state for creating a corporate citizen with the same legal first and last name of your first and family name. So they created these contracts, marked you down as legally dead, lost at sea, and gave you a birth bond to the certificate and bound your soul currency to it, and you've just accepted it. And after a while, the currency of the consciousness just acclimated to this program of death. And nobody said anything, and everybody was silent until Mark Braun published his blood to counteract this and said, look, we're not dead, we're alive. And he stacked so much blood equity on the table that no man has enough blood in their body to overturn the amount of blood that Mark has put up. And that is why he captured the Spear of Destiny. He showed you the birth or the blood certificates. So he literally donated blood for years and years, and he has spilt more blood into
What do
this
you think
evil.
a woman does every month?
Oh,
Come on.
well, and of course, women bleed every day. That's because the moon is a parasite, and it's forcing the women to bleed out 13 times a year, and they're literally
I
speeding
don't
up
know about that.
the divine feminine. Well, are women bleeding to the menstrual cycle of the moon, or am I wrong? Is it not connected to the moon?
It's called Starfire.
The Starfire, which
It's
is the
part
moon.
of the part of the original Holy Communion.
The moon is creating a disruption. It's creating a square reflective wave. It's Eve. The moon is Eve. The white hole sun is Jesus. The black hole sun is Lucifer, and the moon is Eve. And Eve is a succubus. Eve is stealing sunlight.
I thought that was Lilith.
And don't forget,
I thought
Jesus
Lilith was
is
a succubus and Eve was a daughter of God. I'm sorry, brother. I know you're here first, Tartarian.
Oh, it's all good. Yeah, I was just gonna say, don't forget that Jesus is according to Mark, gangbanging the hole at the North Pole.
Right, he's loosely saying we're all going to jump into the hole at the same time. 144,000 are going to have a go at this hole. That's what he's saying. We're all getting first out.
144,000 into one hole. That is quite the gangbang, I would say.
Yeah, we're going to go claim those stars above the firmament, which are our bodies, and that's what's broadcasting the frequency of our soul into this matrix. And most people can't hear their own soul frequency because they're blocked at their fourth chakra. And when their energy comes up to Kundalini Shakti, they come up from their root through their their stomach into their heart, but they have no knowledge in their brain because their crown's not open to the divine. So all that comes out of their throat chakra is a bunch of BS all day long. And if people don't snap out of the shell shock they're in to this knowledge that the Holy Grail is real, that every compass in the world is being pulled to it right now at this very moment.
You seem incredibly passionate and very like a very like decent or good person from what I can tell so far. It's just you should, in my opinion, I think you should invest more time into turn off YouTube for a little bit and read some of the ancient authors, read some of the other like religions, for example, read the Bible. It doesn't seem like have you read the Bible before?
The Bible, which version of it?
King James. Let's go with that. The King James.
King James, yeah, maybe.
I think maybe I guess my best advice to you, if you're willing to take it, would be to try to understand your enemy. Anyone you disagree with, try to research to what they actually believe, because most of the things you've said tonight seems like it comes from YouTube. It seems like you've heard people say things on YouTube and you're memorizing it and repeating it, especially with the.
Most of the things
I didn't think that it. I'm sorry. Can I finish real quick? I didn't think that really until you started talking about the Tartarian thing.
It's that I intend to bring forth heaven on earth. And may my blood serve as atonement for all of your souls, that we gain safe passage to the Garden of Eden to drink from the living waters and give everybody their eternal life so you don't have to die. If you drink from the living waters, you can stay young forever and live inside this kingdom and run around and do whatever you want. Follow the Creator's law.
Is it a spiritual water or a physical water, brother? I'm putting it out there. I don't
Yeah,
have
please do go more into this water, the living water.
Yes, sir. It's the blood red, stem cell rich fountain of youth. Mayday, mayday. We're going down the maypole with the May Sun. That's why they're Masons, the free Masons. They stole all of the masonry because the buildings were here. Tartaria, they just waltzed into our buildings and claimed them as theirs. The Masons and the Mayday, mayday, mayday. We're going down the maypole with the Mason.
Half of what you said tonight.
When Mother Earth bleeds.
Ra's children, the Ross children,
water?
the Ross child.
The water more though.
It's menstrual blood.
It's men's through all blood, and the women bleed
Starfire.
the same when a woman
So
has
all
need
about the
menstrual blood,
menstrual blood to live
it
forever.
contains the stem cells of a life that wasn't conceived. That's what
It's the
menstrual blood
secret
is.
of the kings of David. They drank from the holy grail is
So
menstrual blood.
vampirism.
I was agreeing because Christ said the power
America.
is in the blood. It
Yeah,
is in the
Christ said, "Be like me too."
It's that vampires are biting people's neck and stealing their energy against their will. They didn't ask
and their
permission.
knowledge too. Their knowledge too from the hemoglobin, because the memories in the water of the blood. So that's how come when they bite their neck, they can get their what they've done. You know what I'm saying, right? Like the vampire can derive the truth from it, their blood.
Right. They're showing you that they're stealing the blood from your. They're literally like kidnapping and human trafficking people. Like how many million children go missing per year? They're stealing the blood of the children to reverse aging. It's called adrenochrome. And they harvest the blood. They torture the children until they're terrorized and scared, and then the
But they
adrenaline.
have no
Yeah,
hope
do
in the
you guys
spiritual. They're physically
really
bound
think
to this
those
world.
blood drives at high school? You all went to high school, and remember they like stopped the school, and everybody donated blood except me because I knew it was a scam. You really
Yeah.
think all of that blood goes to the hospital? No. Guess what? I've worked in hospitals, and it's super hard to get blood for your patients. You know, if all of those high schools, every high school does that all the time. Where does all that blood go? It doesn't
They're
go to the
stealing our
hospital. I
blood.
can tell you that.
Where do you think it
So
goes?
It goes into rich
Ukraine.
people's mouths.
they're drinking the blood of your children to reverse aging, and we're showing you that there's blood at the center.
Like
There's
the tech billionaire guy, he openly says how he transfuses himself with his son's blood to reverse his age. I mean, he's out with it, but like it's been like this for a really long time, and it's because the power's in the blood, and that's how they control our frequency too,
power is
and keep
in
us weak
the blood.
by multiple blood draws and
See?
and you're
Morgan.
signing contracts every time you do blood. You're signing a contract that gives away your consent again. It gives it away your consent again.
Yes,
I need to.
it's totally
I'd like
true.
to. I would love to see some evidence for the Vatican claim. I was looking into it. I couldn't find any information about it before the stream. But if you have any, feel free to bring it up either right now or send it to me privately. Morgan, I don't know. I don't know where you stand on this. Are you part of the? Are you one of the 144,000, or have you done the ritual?
I remember getting mad at a Jehovah, he's, by the way, this is my friend, and it's because I love him that I was upset that he had gone to Jehovah Witness. Now, by the way, the man totally turned around his life, and I mean, like, I can't judge him, and I'm so glad because judgment belongs to not me. I don't have to. I just have to love. So like what you were saying about the 144, because I got mad at him about that because I said it can't be a number because that would mean that things are locked into place and that free will doesn't exist in our in our realm. And I believe that free will does exist. So I shy away from the number. I do understand truth can have the number and it's the actual number. I shy away from the numbers. Like if that helps at all.
But have you done the ritual, or do you stand against the ritual, or what's your position on it?
Like washing my clothes white. I did it once. But anyway.
No, I'm sorry. I'm talking about the blood over intent ritual. Sorry, I should have been more specific.
I did the washing my garments and thing and preparing to be, you know what I'm saying, to make ssure your garments are white and everything. And I said, okay, I'll make sure I do the physical thing as well as the spiritual. But the blood over the intent, I've agreed. This is what I agree with the one who said, I am the son of the spirit, what I believe is the spirit of mankind. And I believe that Jesus Christ is an eternal spirit. I believe that, like, when they say God, God's like not like God is a thing, but I mean, outside of time and space, when he loved so much, he died and paid the price for everybody's sin, so that he could, and God's like, okay, I give my fullness to dwell in you forever, except for outside of time and space. Now, he doesn't have a body anymore. He's now like Beetlejuice. He is the ghost with the most baby. He's the host. And for all eternity, meaning before and after, from that one point in time. So from that point, like he like the son of mankind, he doesn't take a body from that point. So when people are saying, oh, the second coming of Christ, okay, but you have to look at the words. How is he coming? Like a rod of iron. Oh, could he physically stand there behind every guy and go, oh, I'm a rod of iron. Oh, you better not lie. Oh, no, oh, you made a mistake right now. Let me tell you the truth so that you can only act in it. No, he placed himself in the minds of men as a rod of iron. Men could not lie. Like when you're in a room and everybody thinks of the same word at the same time, you literally could not practice a lie. How do we also know that? Because what's loosed at the end, the Satan, for what? Deception. That actually is what gets loosed at the end for a short season. Deception itself for 1,000 years, like a rod of iron in the minds of men, it ruled. That's how they were able to build all those buildings and things. You could have peace, fancy places, and so many of them all over the place. We destroyed most of them, but that's how we did that with 1,000 years of peace, where you couldn't lie one to another. It didn't work like that. It was a rod of iron in the minds of men. Yep.
It's interesting that this 1,000 years thing comes up so much.
That still wasn't the answer to your question. I do apologize for doing my own thing there.
I like to give people the room to talk if they want to. The reason I was asking is because I was going to ask both Aphrodite and Merlin, but Aphrodite
and the Holy Grail, by the way, Hitler. They're looking for the bones of Elisha. By the way, they'll bring any man back from the dead, good or bad. And that's a fact. Anybody right now can go to 2 Kings chapter 13, verse 20 and 22. The guys were they had a prisoner. He was all wrapped up. And some soldiers came by, and from the other soldiers, enemies of the Israelites. They were like, "Quick, go in. Let's hide in Elisha's tomb." They went into Elisha's tomb. They had the other wrapped up, dead soldier with them. The guy fell. It hit Elisha's bones. Bam! The guy comes right back to life. And it's a fact. It's in the Word of God and everything. It actually happened. So that is what Hitler and everybody else, they understood. Though that's what we're looking for, the bones of Elisha. Find the ark, you find the bones, because the bones had been placed in the ark. Now, I would think they would degrade, but who knows what it's like inside the ark. But anyway, they were reportedly inside the ark. That's what Hitler was looking for. Anyway, if you look in 2 Kings, it's right there. The bones of Elisha are the Holy Grail. Anyways, I just wanted to put that out there.
There's tons of opinions on what the Holy Grail are, but I haven't heard that one.
Oh, I understand that too. I just want to give people there is a place that in the Bible Hitler could have been, excuse me, like all the rabbis, everything from all the ancient Talmuds. They're like, yes, if you find the bones of Elisha, any man brought back to life, and they all would be in agreement. It gets right from the Torah.
So Merlin, after doing this ritual, the blood over intent ritual, what do you think is the main difference between your life and my life?
Basically, I can see that eternal life is my birthright, and I'm going to find a way to get to the center of the flat earth plane and drink from the living waters before I die. And you haven't put your blood over your intent to make a royal proclamation to your creator, so you haven't really fused your DNA or the blood plasma physics of your light particles of your soul into the ether to record your intent into the Akashic records. So you don't have any proof of life, and you're literally on the fence to this information. And you can't be lukewarm because the creator will just spit you out. You need to be all consumed with this fire.
There's a door, a physical. Now, okay, this is where it's going to get a little weird. I'm just going to ask for all your grace. All right. There are some physical things we can do in this realm that can help us get to a place where we can only be left with the spiritual because we've ripped all of our other senses away. In order to access, to be out of body is to be present with the Lord. Therefore, when one of God takes up deadly poison, it will by no means harm them. And in fact, we've made up an industry of refining poisons as fine as we can and taking up just a little bit in order to get high. Now, Brad Pitt from Fight Club. Why does the oxygen thing drop down when you're going to crash in a plane? Because oxygen actually gets you, closer to the Father, or gets you high, literally high. Okay, because that's what oxygen does. Now, when I took the acid, now what it does is it strips your senses away, lets them come back one at a time in different, but it strips them all away. And you say you go to truth. Now, when you 3.5 dips with meth laced, double dip acid, I went all the way and I met God. God went, your soul is your choice. Physically. Then he taught me letters like John in the desert. He's like, this is how I did it for John. That's why I had him just, in the desert, and he was living off of just, the thing or whatever, because I needed the distractions away so that he could only pick up what I was giving him. And then he taught me letters: T, the truth; P, the power; H, the healing. And it all works when you take the letters individually. Like, oh, this is what that means. Oh, this is what that means. And then you take letter and you're like, oh, okay, that's how come we spell the English language like that. But yeah, your soul is your choice. He was rock and roll. He goes like, look, he goes, I put everything in rock and roll too. They mean the truth. You rock it up and you go with it. He's like, soul decision. He goes, I've got names for everything because we hide it in there. But soul decision, right? Your soul is your choice. You don't lose it. This is the rock so heavy that God cannot move it. It's your soul. It's your blood over intent decision.
Right. It's your blood over your intent. You need to write your intent on a piece of paper. Your intention is a living wave, and the cursive writing. This is why they took away cursive writing, because if you can read cursive writing and you can understand intent, you can see where people put more pressure on a pencil, or where
the negatives, the double negatives. That's right. That's right. That's what a Jew can do. I mean, that's what men who work in the. I'm my own lawyer. I'm my own counselor. You hand me a piece of paper, I will go. It does not matter how many papers it is. I will sit there and I'll go like this and look for it. I know what I'm looking for. Any double negative, or do a double negative in a sentence. And you need to pay me to do it. Why? Because and they do it too. They do it in a million different ways. And I know it too. Like, I can listen to them for hours and hours. The defense will go and they'll be so casual and they'll be like, oh, can I do this one little thing? Because that's where they're getting you. And you got to be wary of it. Anyway, like that's what they do on their end or whatever. But yeah, man, they'll have all these pages and pages. You have to look for the things that cancel out the other things. You have to be able to know law speak. And it's when they use the language, the English language, and it's like a chessboard, man. They'll put double negatives in there, actually make it legally say the opposite thing of what it said. You have to be able to recognize it and put an asterisk there and send the papers back, have them send you back the correct. Oh, I'm sorry, we made so many clerical errors on that. Oh, of course we didn't do that deliberately. Let's just fix that. Fix.
What you need to do is write on a piece of paper that you intend to bring forth heaven on earth and publish it publicly to the Ethernet, because the internet is conscious. All of the electrical signals and the pulses of light that your computer causes a ripple within the ether. Like, every beat of your heart is tracked into the ether. Every expansion and contraction of your chest, you are moving the ether. So when you publish your royal water as proof of life, you're writing your light into the ether. There's no way around this. If you don't have proof of life, you're not getting into the Holy Grail, and you'll just stay here and work yourselves till you expire. If you're lucky, you'll make it to 80 or 90. So, I'm 48 years old. We're on a bit of a limited time schedule because we've got to get out of here before we die. So this is happening within the next few years. We're slightly behind schedule from all of the nonsense and the censorship and everybody fighting with us. I mean, we could have solved all this problem had they listened to us several years ago. You could go watch videos.
I feel like people did listen to you. I mean, when I was researching into this topic, I found some very disturbing stuff. I saw videos of literal parents making their children maybe they weren't making, but having their children do the ritual. When I saw that, I literally was eating dinner and I had to stop eating because I felt so sick to my stomach seeing a little girl having her father tell her to do this ritual. I mean, maybe that's offensive to you and I apologize, but for some reason it just made me feel very uncomfortable.
I mean, I understand how it's uncomfortable. The topic of blood, all the horror movies and how they've engineered everybody to be scared of the power of their own blood. They're all waiting for Jesus's blood to save them. They think this imaginary fiction.
Jesus already gave his blood. According to Christians, Jesus gave his blood that one time on the cross, and that's it.
How's that working out for you? How's that working out for your grandparents? I mean, did anybody get their
blood ritual in act? Like, I don't know if I've actually seen this.
I played it earlier at the beginning of the stream, and he did a live presentation
to bring forth heaven on earth.
We'll recognize it, Bernie. We'll recognize it when we see it, I'm sure.
You know,
So,
for the
okay, so it's
144,000 flesh. Look at your live stream, 1444. There you go. 144,000 living souls are here in the flesh,
I'll play it
walking
one
the
more time.
surface of the earth. You know,
I'll play it one more time for you.
You don't have to like it, me, or anything, but I mean,
This
we're
is-
the ones with the knowledge of the ages that everybody
So
needs.
it's like a blood pinky swear sort of thing that you're pledging.
So you write on the paper like this: I intend to bring heaven on earth and release everyone from bondage. And then this is that Mark added because he is the Prince of Darkness, or reincarnated. And then you put your blood into the paper.
The Prince of Darkness. So you're swearing, you're making this pledge to the Prince of Darkness.
No,
I'm
that's
bringing
incorrect.
the Prince
No,
of
no,
Mark is the Prince of Darkness after he did the
Right.
first.
That's what
after
you're
he-
being tricked into, though. But in fact, this statement, this contract you're writing and sealing with your blood, is for the Prince of Darkness. And if a certain entity does claim name to that, you would be in fact pledging your blood and oath to them and not yourself. And that's where the trickery happens.
No, I mean, you're reaching there a little bit. Like, listen, the intent is to bring forth heaven. Okay, so if you were to ask somebody what is
The
heaven,
heaven
what
of the Prince of Darkness.
right, which is a good thing because his intention is focused upon bringing forth heaven on earth, which is the knowledge of the ages, which is the fact that we're inside of a firmament enclosed flat earth plane, and there are living waters available to all of humanity. You just got to go there and get it. But people can't get past the TV and sports and bread and circus, and they're just entertained with garbage all day long. All of the fake pranks and mindless idleness on all of the streaming videos. All the top 10 videos is all Minecraft and nonsense. We're telling you that eternal life is available to you right now.
By pledging to bring on heaven on earth of the Prince of Darkness, aka bringing Satan, the fallen angel's existence into his heaven on earth.
It's that Satan's my blood brother, and I am the Merlin of Avalon, physically reincarnated into the flesh. So I'm telling you that I'm the guardian of the Holy Grail. They've been making movies and stories about me for years. I've been here this whole time trying to tell you, go read my blog. I've written like 1 million blog posts about this. Like 10 million blog posts. I'm going to write another 10 million more. Like, this isn't a joke. It's not a false alarm. And eventually it's going to have to get through to people. Like, this is actually real. You don't have to like it. I understand it's disturbing. That's why we're here, taking the time to talk to people, to work out all of this, the complications.
The Prince of Darkness is real. You've pledged your blood to bringing his heaven on earth, and this is real. That's what you're saying.
Yes, sir. Every compass in the world is being pulled to Mount Meru at the center of the flat earth plane. If you look on the Tartarian maps that were left in the history books, they show you the 4 islands at the center, that there's a hole. They knew about this. Tartaria had a golden age because they lived forever. Tartaria knew about the Holy Grail. If you look up the story of King Arthur and Merlin, I think it was Autodidactic that did a YouTube video. I know how you all are so proud of YouTube for learning from, but Autodidactic made a video explaining how Merlin and King Arthur were in the north, like they knew about the Holy Grail. I actually reposted that video on my YouTube channel for educational purposes, because here we are. We're telling you we're back. I've been here this whole time. I'm regaining my memories. I've put my blood up to show proof of life. I literally published my blood right here to show you I'm a living being. I'm not just some reptilian robot android. I'm a living soul in the flesh defending this information.
So until the 144,000 people all sign up, you're basically trapped here with all of us, and your life is no different than ours, or is there special privileges that you have right now because you did the ritual?
My life is much worse because I'm targeted by CIA Jesuit gang stalking. You think they don't know we're here? You think they're not on the other end of this camera listening to us right now, tracking everything we say? The NSA printing out reports like they're siphoning our information. The Central Intelligence Agency doesn't have any intelligence. I'm the connection to the black hole sun. I'm Merlin on demand, able to read the Akashic records. The CIA doesn't have enough cipher power. They can't hack the matrix. They can't go back into the Akashic records and wipe out all of their intentions from all the dirt they've done. Everything was recorded into the ether. You can't hide anywhere. You can't go in your Air Force One. You can't hide in your bunker. There's no escaping karma. It's attached to your soul and all the frequencies and effects, the butterfly effect of all of your thoughts, actions, and words. We're all recorded by the white hole Son of God and written into the book. So you're either in the book of life or you're in the book of death. And right now, all of humanity is in the book of death by default, because, you know, they're saying God bless you. And you know, like if you reverse that, they're saying we shall die. So every time someone sneezes and they say God bless you, it's a black magic witchcraft spell of saying we shall die, because it's all a death cult. They have literally inverted.
It includes the dance of Shiva as well. I understand what you're saying, brother. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. You're correct in what you are saying. I'm not sure it relates to those that are you. And I don't think you are trying to relate it to those that are claiming Christianity or I think you're claiming it to be part of what you're saying is part of. And I understand what you're saying. It's just,
we're trying to help the Christians, but I mean, how do you help the Christians who believe in Jesus and they think that this man died for their sins, that his blood was shed as they whipped them to death? You know, the Passion of Christ. They've made all these never-ending movies. Like, you know, it's all propaganda lies. I'm sorry, but Jesus is a hoax, and I know it's going to be extremely difficult for the Christians to grasp this information. They're going to just reject it like they always have, but we never give up. We're telling you that Jesus is the Son, the white hole Son, and it's conscious. The Son's conscious. You can go outside and talk to it if you want. It's listening.
It's living. It's living. You're right. You're right. The blood. Yeah, the blood. Yeah, Christ's blood is alive still. Yeah, even his physical blood. Yeah.
Christ is a state of consciousness, Christos.
Well, I guess that's what I did. Yeah, that's why I just said that, obviously. Because, yes, obviously Christ is conscious. Yes.
There's no difference. There's literally there's no
Christ
difference.
is the truth, though. Christ is spirit. Christ is the spirit of truth. Like you get that, right? Like he's the spirit of mankind for all eternity, and that's what he is.
The white hole Son is masculine. The white Son, is him. This is the masculine side of the planet.
Man, it's the same thing, because let us make mankind in our own image, woman. Yes, let us.
This is the physical side. It's made out of air, earth, fire, water. It's mashed into all the crystals and metals, and it looks like everything you see. Plastics, you know.
We were with him in the beginning, before things were made physically. I was with him before we made stuff outside of time. Like, because
the black hole Son is outside of time. The black hole Son is feminine.
I agree with him then, and I agree with him now.
It's the white hole Son, black hole Son loop. And, you know, the black hole Son is feminine, and it's non-physical. The white hole Son's creating this physical reality, and the black hole Son...
You know you're loved, right? You know that you're loved, and that God, like his Son personally, like died for you. Not like over here for somebody, but for you personally, because you're worth it, right?
That's why you're pledging your blood against that into the Prince of Darkness.
That's why I've put my blood up, to get us all our eternal life, and I'll continue to speak this knowledge.
Brother, I appreciate that, but I can take care of myself. Like, my choice will be my own. It's like, but I want you to make sure that you're taking care of it, not getting distracted.
Before you expire, you won't live forever if you don't drink from the living waters. So you've only got a limited amount of time before.
And I believe I've accessed those with Christ outside of time, where I'm with him. Like Christ is being God's Son.
So you have
which I am well through adoption.
You don't want to get to the Holy Grail before you die. Is that what you're saying here?
I already died, brother. I'm already dead.
I don't. I don't want to be immortal, especially since in your paradigm this is hell. Why would I want to be immortal in hell?
Yeah, we're already in hell. Like, this world used to be heaven when Tartaria was running things. When
I don't want to
this is
aka hell to come down.
This is like the 12th time you brought up Tartaria.
Well, the tree of life is gone, and now the astral jet's shooting out of the hole, which is the aurora borealis, the green light. They'll tell you it's coming from a plasma ball 93 million miles away in space that had some kind of a corneal mass ejection, would cause the Earth's globe magnetic fields to ring like a bell, emitting a green light in the sky. Well, it's coming out of a hole from the black hole Sun, and it's literally the memory of the Earth. They're showing you in the Matrix movie, the green Matrix code is literally the aurora borealis coming out of the hole at the center of the flat Earth plane, and it's all in code because you can't read it, because it's all the memory of the Earth. It's literally the mind of God shooting out of the hole, and it's raining down on you. It's hitting the dome, and heaven is literally raining down on you, but nobody has their crown chakra open fully. And this is where putting up your spiritual currency literally connects you to this type of energy, the elemental realms. So that's where you're at. You've got your blood, your sweat, and your tears, and that is the only equity of any value in the eyes of Creator. Money is just this man-made tool which has been used to create all of the wars. All of the wars are bankers' wars. They made everybody fight over money and then lied to you about your divinity and hid the Holy Grail from you. So, you know, what more can be said? The Holy Grail's at the center of the flat
You're the
earth
one
plane.
being lied to about your divinity. Christians don't believe that they're divine.
Well, if you want to wait around and die and find out if somebody's coming back to save you after you're already dead, that's your free will to do it. The Creator gave you free will.
Save me from what?
So, you know, you're free to believe the lies, I
God
guess.
creator, and that God still holds power over this earth because we have not let Satan take control with bringing his, heaven here, aka hell.
Well, we're not waiting. We're going to the Holy Grail with or without you, and hopefully with you. That's the goal. It's no soul left behind.
There's not going to be enough space. There's only 144,000, and there's
144,000 bodies. That's right. Yep, 144,000 stars.
There's more people than that living in the city that I live in.
Chosen elect.
Of course, Satan's going to kill a lot of people before, that's part of hell, is there's a lot of dead and only so many torturers.
The chosen elect just seems like an egotistical, narcissistic point of view where you think that you're better than other people. Which
I don't think.
Hold on, before
it's not that I think I'm better. It's that I know I'm better because of the knowledge that I have, and I don't want to hold this over anybody. I'm trying to give you my knowledge for free. I don't take donations. I don't take money. I've been talking about this since 2017 when I published my blood. So, it's 2024. That's been going on 7 years.
So what part of the Akashic Records talks about Tartaria having a 1,000-year reign?
I don't know which part talks about 1,000-year reign. Is
that where you got that information from, or did you get it from a Mind Unveiled or autodidactic YouTube video?
Which part? I'm sorry, I missed.
1,000 years. You said that there was a missing 1,000 years. Where did you get that information from? From the Akashic Records, or
Just
from
through my
autodidactic, or
research.
Mind Unveiled, or who did you get it from?
I can't recall. I've heard many people talking about our false history. Obviously, they lied to us about everything.
So is that part of your knowledge that makes you better than everyone else? Is knowing that there was 1,000 missing years, or is it something else?
It's that I'm aware that eternal life is my birthright, and I don't hide from this information. I don't go around pretending that Jesus is real when I know it's the sun above my head that's recording my intention into the Akashic record. It's recording your intentions into the Akashic records as well, whether you're aware of it or not. And most people are not aware of it. So what's being recorded is a whole bunch of unconscious, idle mindlessness, and the Creator gives you what you wish for. And right now, everybody's wishing for death.
You said that your life is very rough, and that you have people following you around, and that you're paranoid about all this stuff, and you live a terrible life, and you're worse off. No, you said that's literally what you said.
I am far from paranoid. I'm quite, and actually, if you look up the definition of paranoid, it's actually, it means you're in tune to the psychic realms and things. But paranoid's actually
Okay, so let's drop the paranoid part. I made a mistake. You said that your life is worse than my life because you're followed around by the CIA and harassed by all these agencies. So in the paradigm that you just gave us before I asked the question, how does that fit into what you're saying?
It's that the 144,000 living souls have been the most heavily suppressed. They tried to steal this world from us and gave you all a bunch of globe lies, NASA, and never-ending complete mental insanity, which has done nothing to benefit you. They can't fly through the firmament. They're never going to find life on another planet. They can't even find life on this planet. We're over here showing you that we're the living souls bleeding to bring forth heaven on earth. So, it's that the life is in the blood. Your blood contains salt, sulfur, and mercury. And this is the tria prima of creation. It is literally the most powerful substance in the universe. You can go collect all the pixie dust and dragon tears and dewdrop from the cedar trees and make all the concoctions you want, but none of your spells or tinctures are going to contain the biophotons of your soul. You're
So
literally
what you're
putting
saying is you're literally swearing your soul, and there's no more powerful spell or binds that you can make than doing a blood oath to bringing in the Prince of Darkness that you're doing and encouraging, correct?
to stand in truth with the Prince of Darkness, to write your own name into the book of life, to gain a witness to the fact that you're alive. It's literally, yes, it is the most powerful magic in the universe. There is nothing. They're using blood magic against you right now.
Please clip this.
Well,
so
yeah, I don't know. I've heard a lot of what you said already, because it seems like you're repeating a lot of what Mark says, which is perfectly fine, because obviously that means you just take him seriously and you agree with what he's saying. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But
right.
It is interesting how you don't seem to acknowledge the contradictions. In a way, you almost look like you want to sometimes when I ask the questions, but other times you just repeat
which contradictions though? Which contradictions?
Well, we've gone down a list, and each time I've asked you the simple question, we can go back to the beginning. So the original first question was, Satan, in Mark's eyes, is a good being, correct?
It turns out that
he is Satan, correct?
Well, yeah, right. Satan has obviously gotten kicked out of heaven, and now Satan.
Pause. This is what happens. This is why we haven't answered the question. So I had to
So
cut you
if
off.
Satan's kicked out of heaven, how is Satan going to bring heaven to earth? He's kicked out of it, right?
Hold on. So when Mark insults other people, he says that they are Satanists and they believe in Satan and they're worshiping Satan and they're giving their energy to Satan. So if Mark is Satan and Satan is a good guy, how is that bad, and how is that used as an insult towards other people?
There's a difference between Satan and Satanism. It's that the church is the satanic cult because they're lying. They're telling you lies. It's that Mark has captured the elemental powers. He is literally Satan in the flesh. And we all become, in the end, the devil in the flesh, 666. You are carbon, which is 6 protons, 6 electrons, and 6 neutrons. So the 666 is you. And your trillions of cells, you're trapped inside of a cell in your prison, basically a battery for the government to collect taxes and build.
Pause. I agree with you.
Right.
Mostly everyone in the truther community knows all this stuff about taxes and all this stuff. We all know it. It's not profound information. You're not special. We all get it. Specifically, who is the good Satan and who is the bad Satan? Are they two different beings, or are they the same being? Is it a duality? Because you just said that they're Satanists. You said that now. Who is the Satan that they're worshiping that's
Christian
evil?
religion is the satanic cult. Yes, sir. That's the
Okay, so who is Mark? So who is Mark then? So who is Mark then? Who is Mark if he's not if they're the satanic cult?
Yes.
Who is Mark? If
Mark is literally Satan, the Prince of Air.
So they're worshiping Mark.
Sorry.
So they're worshiping Mark. This is where it's confusing.
Technically, they think they're worshiping Mark, but in reality, they're actually worshiping the contract to the Prince of Darkness, which is Satan.
They're worshiping their Jesuit oaths, which is to hide the secrets and never tell them and keep it secret.
So they're good guys then?
It's that the 144,000 are here spilling up their spiritual currency.
Don't say it's not the 144,000. We've heard that 12 times.
Yes, sir.
No offense. I'm just saying, like, it's like you're saying that they're worshiping Satan, and then you're saying that Mark is Satan. So if Mark is a good guy trying to bring in heaven on earth, how are they evil for worshiping?
They didn't know they were worshiping Mark. I mean, now that Mark has captured the elemental powers of Satan, I mean, even the Pope knows that Mark Braun is Satan in the flesh. They know it's over. You'll see. Just pay a little patience. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. You'll see. This is going to unfold like a book, and you'll see that this is actually going to happen.
Well, yes, because it's been written in prophecy about the Satan and all of that, and why we don't want to swear to Satan and have hell on earth, right? Like, isn't that the prophecy?
It's that you need to get your drink from the living waters. The fountain of youth turns out to be real. That's what's important here. And Mark showed us how to get there. He showed you how to write your name into the book of life. That's all. He gave you.
No, he showed you how to swear your soul in a blood oath to Satan, the prince of darkness.
No, to the Creator. It's that Satan.
But then why did you write the Prince of Darkness on your contract that you put the blood oath and swore to? Like that's
Mark wrote. Only Mark wrote that because once he did the original contract, he realized that he became blood brothers with Satan and also possibly reincarnated as Satan after his first ritual. So that's why he wrote that on his paper.
Yeah, the demon possessed. Exactly.
But not every. So when people, hold on. When other people do the ritual, they don't write the Prince of Darkness on their paper because, or maybe sometimes they do, but a majority of people, when they
all
read
the ones
it,
that do are pledging to that, and then anyone pledging to him are pledging to the original tie to Satan. It's all tied to now. Anyone that signs to it makes that pledge to the Prince of Darkness. That's how it works. That's how the spell magic works. That's
I hear what you're saying. It's not a pledge to the Prince of Darkness.
No, that's what it is. Reread what you wrote or what that was like.
Well, I signed my name as Merlin. If you watch the video I produced, I wrote my name as Merlin. Right, that's Mark Braun signed off. He captured the Prince of Darkness.
Mark the leader made the original one to the Prince of Darkness. Like that's also anything from that point on now goes to the Prince of Darkness. That's how the soul pledge works.
The black hole sun is the well of the dreams. The darkness is, the womb of creation, and it's where you plant your seeds. So what people need to do is plant their intention to bring forth heaven on earth.
The Prince of Darkness.
With God, with the Creator, with the power of your own blood. It's your blood that has the power to make atonement for sin. Leviticus 17:11 states clearly that the life is in the blood, and it was given to us to make atonement for the sins upon the altar of the earth. And Hebrews 9:22 specifically tells you that there is no forgiveness for sin without the shedding of blood. So it purifies your soul by putting up a drop of blood into the ether and getting a witness. It's your proof of life. And through the eyes of another living soul, this is all recorded into the Akashic records, and it gets your DNA, the biophotons of your soul, attached to the right book, out of the book of death and into the book of life. That's what's important here, is that this is about eternal life. And you're going to need the favor of your Creator to get through, to get birthed out of here. You're going to want to be in tune with God and, be blood thick with your brothers and sisters. So, it's
fair enough.
Lead with brother Prince of Darkness.
That's fair enough.
My blood brother. So that's why I called in. I saw the video the other night, and everybody's just slamming and bashing this information, and it's hard to take, because if you really listen to the knowledge that was given, that's what everybody's missing, is the knowledge that was. Yeah.
That's the main problem I have, is because I gave this the fair time of day. I listened to almost all of Mark's videos. And what I heard was just contradiction after contradiction. 1 second the black sun is evil. 1 second the black sun is bringing everything to fruition. 1 second Satan is evil. The next second I'm Satan and you should follow me. 1 second, you can just go on and on forever. Like, I felt like it was never ending, which eventually it just became funny to me, which is why I made a comedy video out of it.
Well, it's not funny if you don't get to the living waters before you die. I mean, what chances do you have?
Right, to become a torturer in hell, aka Satan's heaven on earth, you have to prove yourself in the living realm that you're fully devoted with your blood oath to Satan. So
I would
It's a
say that
royal proclamation. Yep, it's a proclamation. That's what it is.
yeah, exactly. This is basic Satanism. That's all this is.
Well, I would say, Bernie, that
Yeah, I mean, no,
I would say it's misguided. It's
Call it
misguided. I would say these
Of
that they
course
don't.
it is. Satan lies. Of course, that's why you have to make out Satan to be good, because Satan lies. That's the whole part. That's the devil. Come on, like
It's that there's a hole at the center of the flat Earth plane, and this is the exit hole out of this matrix into other realms of creation. If you look up the trichiliocosm in the Buddhist cosmology, it explains
this
how
is metaverse statism. Sorry.
No, this is what happened. A guy who got arrested multiple times for drug possession of meth saw a YouTube video or read something on the internet, got these ideas, and then posted them in a video, and then a bunch of people took it way too far, is my opinion of what happened. Because this is not Satanism; these are misguided people who have the right intention to bring.
It not be Satanism. It's a blood pledge oath
hold
to
on.
the Prince of Darkness, though.
Okay,
Listen,
when
the
another,
Vatican's
listen,
stealing
hold on.
your blood.
Let me speak. When misguided people who are uneducated come across information that says Lucifer is good or Satan is good, when they don't know anything, that can stick with them. So these people could very easily believe that Satan is a good guy while trying to do the right thing at the end of the day. This guy, right, that like all the people we're talking to here, they're never going to read these texts, they're never going to read the Bible, they're never going to do any more research. They're just going to keep consuming information from YouTube and from the internet that they can get in 5 minutes to 10 minutes, and then put on this facade that they're intellectuals and that they have all this information. So that's way easier than actually facing reality and, doing the right thing, which would be
What's reality? That the life is in your blood? Literally, like if you're a light being, then where is your light? It's in the blood. It's in the plasma. That's where your soul is. So when you're putting up a drop of blood, you're putting up your essence of your soul. So you don't want to be putting.
Why can't you understand? All I'm trying to say is that if you would put more effort into other aspects of your life, you could be a lot more happy, productive, successful with your goals, because you seem like a very nice, great, genuine person who could help the world, but instead you're hung up on this bullshit that you've consumed from YouTube.
Hold on, Shem, though. Lucifer is the bearer of light and a light being. So what he's saying maybe is all these people that claim to be light bearers and interacting with this light consciousness could actually be consciously connecting with these demons and Lucifer and swearing themselves to Lucifer and demons.
Demons are the ones that were entrusted with giving humanity the arts and science. Demons are actually a good force to work with, but of course they've turned it all demonic. They've inverted everything. What's white is black, what's black is white. They've inverted literally everything. So to be possessed by a demon, you're literally possessed. Like the demons they give you gifts. People don't understand the power of the demonic forces. Like they've turned it into this evil. It's that the angels are the scary ones. The angel of death is an angel, and it's that angels move in angles. So the Fibonacci golden spiral of this, the torus field of the firmament that you're within, there's elements of consciousness moving through the environment. It's air, earth, fire, and water. And literally this angel of death is moving through these elements. And once you've sealed enough equity to death, you get it. You get what you wish for. If you continue to eat garbage, you're going to die. If you continue to drink alcohol and, poison your body, you're going to die. If you work yourself to death, you're going to die. If you don't drink from the living waters, you will never restore the youth and vitality. That's why they're harvesting the adrenochrome from children. They're literally using blood to reverse aging. That's what's going on in Hollyweird. You're already in a blood cult. I don't think you quite understand the seriousness of the Vatican taking your blood at birth. They literally took your blood. Like everybody knows, if you bleed out, you'll die. It's the life is in your blood. So you're gonna have to come to grips with it.
It seems like you don't understand that. I think every single person watching this video right now has heard every single thing you've said before.
Yeah,
And I don't
good.
understand why you don't understand that. You're making it seem like you're sharing this profound information, but it's just literally stuff that you hear on like the average YouTube video.
It's that I literally put my blood up tonight for you guys to
No,
try and get you your
appreciate
eternal
your
life so
intent.
that you
We
can
appreciate your
see.
intent.
You know, I want you to live. I want you to play around. I want to
Appreciate
rebuild
your
my career.
sacrifice of your intent of wishing well on others, and that's good
Thank
that
you.
you're doing that. And
I've
there's
also
nothing
seen
against
many of
that.
your live streams, your Tartarian videos. You know, I watched a few of your live streams, and I really appreciate everything you guys are doing, all the knowledge you're sharing. It's just this information's a touchy situation, obviously, so just don't disregard it, and you know, see what
I take
happens.
it very serious, 100%. I
appreciate
don't
it.
think your intent is misguided at all. I think that you've been tricked into a demon's work instead of an angel's, not understanding the difference. But I could be wrong too. I don't know. I have yet to make communication with these entities for a reason. But if you're into it and you're trying to do good, I guess
Yeah, the 144,000. We're going to lead the way. I mean, I can see things. I've been involved in this, like I said, for several years. So I'm just a little further ahead than most people in my understandings. And you could say I'm nothing special, but I'm
No,
literally
you are special because you're here talking, which is a lot more than what a lot of people wouldn't be doing. So don't be offended by what I'm saying. I'm just saying like you insulted people earlier by saying you're above people. So like it's fair play. You know, I'm
But
giving you
also,
what you gave me.
I am, but I don't. It's not that I just want to be the only one that lives forever. This is why Mark made this information. He's like, he told everybody. He's like, I'm the only one that can see this here, and it's kind of scary. He said, we don't want to be the only people that know this. We're not trying to hold this information from you, like the way the churches and the governments are withholding their knowledge. We're trying to tell you the truth of the reality you live in. So once people figure out what's at the end of their compass needle, and the fact that the living waters are a real thing, the waters of Kali Maya, it's blood red stem cell menstrual blood. And when women bleed, it's because they didn't get conceived. They didn't have a conception. So their body flushes out the egg and the stem cells of what could have been a life form. So in menstrual blood, there is something different than regular blood, like when you cut yourself at work. The blood that comes out from women at that time of the month is different than all of the other blood.
Menstrual blood with the stem cells, and you're saying that Satan's fountain of youth is drinking stem cell blood from the menstrual cycle.
From Mother Earth, the womb of creation that you're in right now. This earth is your mother. The firmament is an amniotic sac, like the sac you were in inside of your mother's womb for 9 months. And now you're like the Russian doll with inside a doll. And now you're inside of Mother Earth's womb. And the amniotic sac of the firmament
Which water is this? Like, are you drinking this water yourself, Merlin? Like, if it's real.
I have not made it to the Holy Grail. And I am 48 years old. I am very upset that this information was hidden from me. And I figured out.
But you're also saying that it comes from stem cells and from the menstrual blood, that's the same. So why don't you get some that way if it's this eternal youth like water, and you know, fully commit to the blood?
Find a goddess that wants to capture her menstrual blood and present it to you like you're the king and she's your queen.
Starfire, Aphrodite, I'm sure would love to do that. Like she's already into that. Like fuck, why you need to contact Aphrodite and try it out, man. She got a video on that. Shit.
Straight goods, bro, no doubt. But we gotta get to the Holy Grail. Like there's blood red waters at the center of the fountain of youth that are available to all. So well, it's a living constant.
I wish you luck on your and successes on your trip to the North Pole Mount Meru endeavor of 144 gangbang of the hole. Was that what was depicted as? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
research up north is fascinating.
They're gonna gangbang the hole, which is
what's that? See, every flat Earth plane has a Mount Meru and the Tree of Life. The Tree of Life has been cut down.
See, watch the collapse. You are the test.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is like, don't be a prude. I mean, if it happens, it happens. But I don't think I'm immortal now that
Well, we're gonna find a way.
All right,
We're gonna
so
get there.
okay, let's wrap this up.
So if
Let's wrap
anybody
this
wants
up.
to
Thanks
help
for
us,
having
they
me
can.
on. Amazing.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Okay, guys.
Do you have anything else that you want to say before we wrap this up, Merlin?
Heaven on Earth is coming in your lifetime, and check out my channel for videos, and I'll do what I can to keep you guys informed to future developments.
Well, yeah, I appreciate you coming on and talking. You know, it's all jokes. You know, you seem like a very good guy, so I appreciate you taking the time to
Thank
do
you.
this. And
I do appreciate your time, and thank you for being so respectful and actually letting people speak. I do appreciate that. Thank you.
no problem. Shout out to the chat. Shout out Bernie, Aphrodite, Morgan. Have a good night, everyone. I want to play an
all the
outro before we go out.
Much love.
And it's going to be about 15 minutes long.
You're gonna laugh your ass off.
And we'll be back sometime in the near future whenever something funny happens.
Okay, brother. Thank you for your time. All the best.
Have a good night, Merlin.
Good night.
See you later, Bernie. So this is a video of Archaics. So maybe in the future we'll have some more Archaics videos out. Not sure. It's getting kind of boring, but sometimes he likes to spice it up. And thanks again for joining.
Jason's begging for a right. I never take a photograph as evidence of anything. This is why many times I've told you guys in my own presentations, I will never take a photograph as evidence of anything. And I stick by that even today. He's lying. Once I fully embrace that simulation hypothesis answers all the enigmas and mysteries of the ancient and modern world, I had to wrap all my data around that concept. And that's what you got. It's called Archaics. You live in the simulacrum, my brother. That's the biggest load of bullshit I've ever heard. Remember, guys, there's no way in hell anybody will ever be able to prove simulation theory. I'm open to the idea that you and I and everybody else are going through these simulacrum experiences on board a gigantic capital ship, and that we are in between the collapsing Nemesis star and Sol, our destination.
You serious?
There's a lot of people who are making claims that they cannot back up. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. And remember, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. It doesn't mean you're wrong when you make an extraordinary claim, but you better be able to back it up. Simple as that. Remember, guys, there's no way in hell anybody will ever be able to prove simulation theory. It's like, damn, I look like a dumbass. I'm a convicted felon, guys, with a most unflattering event 32 years ago that sent me to prison real fast. Majority of people on my channel, you already know my criminal history. It's nothing beautiful. I've already admitted to it. There's nothing I can do about it. It's 32 years old. Get over it, grow up, or get off my channel. It's real simple. We're at the point now that you have created the very monster that you pretended I was when I was 17 years old. So now you're going to deal with it. I promise you, release me onto the streets, evil things are going to happen. I promise you, release me onto the streets, evil things are going to happen. So creepy. So creepy. I'm the same person today that I was 32 years ago as a 17-year-old. Add that up. This is why I'm a hypocrite. I'll be the first to admit to you guys, I am 100% a hypocrite, because I will not convey to you guys anything as fact that I have learned from the internet. I just can't do it. Absolutely obvious you're a liar. I'm a good old Southern boy, and I love my fried chicken. There's no way I can stress this to you guys. There are no good guys. That man doesn't know shit. He has given these books, he's given these scripts, he's told to read them, memorize them, and then go on the lecture circuit. That man didn't write any of those books. That's Jason of Archaics right there. His material, I believe his books were CIA written. It was probably CIA AI programs that wrote his books. That's who I am. That dude's a scammer. He's already tried to scam many people. It's a scam, but it's not. He's a troll and he's trying to scam people for money. That's what this is. Remember,
This guy is fucking stupid.
I'm not just talking about me, guys. I'm talking about you as well.
You're a stupid dumbass.
Damn, I look like a dumbass. I'm not going to lie. I'm a fucked up individual. I got anger management issues. I can't get ahead in life. I'm always falling behind. No matter how much money I make, I'm always broke. I'm just an ordinary guy, and I've got no agenda other than letting you know I am Israeli Mossad. You guys, I'm not making any of this up. Jason, CIA, ain't nobody can come out of prison and just blow up like that fast. I'm a CIA operative. This is my CIA handler. Once you're CIA for life. I drink Cokes. I drink colas. I love beer. All right. I drink bourbon. Got bourbon up there. This is another one from our Archaics veteran. When you have the ear of millions of people like Joe Rogan, you would think you would fact check a little more before you just accept this BS these men have been blowing up your ass, because that's what they're doing. So, but now Joe Rogan's blowing it so hard and so much.
Why are you gay? You are gay.
Listen, if I ever have Graham Hancock on my show, I'm not going to give him any mercy, none at all. I got a lot of questions for him because the data that he published in his fingerprints of the gods, the real data can be found in other ancient sources that are in his bibliography. So he knew the truth but published otherwise anyway. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Yeah. Yeah, moderators. The trolls already know, man, we X them out. So they get clever and they donate $1 or so they can say something stupid. That's good. We'll keep that money.
All right, Dark Phoenix says maybe just don't understand. J Dreamers, not everyone can handle Jason's massive data dumps. I don't care. No offense, but I don't get caught up in the drama of whatever's happening on his channel and people are claiming that he's dumping data or whatever. Fine, that's him. Let him do his thing. I'm letting him do his thing. I do my thing in my own interesting, unique J Dreamers kind of way. He's going to do it in his way. I'm not teammates with anybody. Okay.
Good, Ghibli. Ooh, what's that? How do you feel about data dumps? I don't know what they are.
Yes, Graham Hancock and company are gatekeepers. Yep. That's Jason of Archaics right there. But I will never, you won't hear me get on my channel and start ranting at these people. You will never hear me go off on these people that are attacking me. I can't, because I feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for them. I really do. It must really suck going through life being so hateful and hypocritical.
That's you. That's what you are. And it's so fucking obvious.
But I got this guy, and I'll name him. I don't care if y'all look him up. Tartarian Truth. I've already blocked him on the channel, and he's not coming back. I don't care. I don't care how many apologies he gives. But the man is releasing videos. Basically, I don't know what he's doing, man. I almost think he's got mental problems, but he's just releasing videos telling, oh, look what Archaics is doing with your donation money. It's crazy. Oh, just remember, guys, don't get scammed. And it's important to understand what's happening. It's called being baited. Here, you're either going to break free or die trying, or you're going to break out and tell people I'm a maniac. You're going to do one of them. You're going to do one of them. So I need some coffee real quick. Get me some coffee. It's bourbon coffee. It's almost like a childlike response. The response to the problem was overkill. And I'm cool with that. I am very comfortable with that. I am Jason of Archaics, author of Chronicon and several other books. One of the most boring books in the world. Almost 400 videos and probably 500 articles. I'm going to sleep right now. And I'm telling you right now that nothing else makes sense to me other than I'm inside of a mathematical construct. There is no way to ever prove my thesis. It's impossible. It's a paradox. There's just no way. So, but extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. Yeah, they haven't met that standard by a long shot.
Dude, did you look in the fucking mirror, you stupid muppet?
I'm not on board with channeled materials. I'm not on board with anything I can't verify. All the channeled materials can't. No, I'm not on board with them at all. Absolutely obvious you're a liar. because I believe we live in a computer program. I believe that this is the simulacrum, and I can't wrap my head around the whole idea that we're on a spinning ball traveling thousands of miles an hour around a star 93 million miles away. This is why I'm a hypocrite. I'll be the first to admit to you guys, I am 100% a hypocrite because I didn't know what I was doing. I'm still tech retarded. I still don't know what I'm doing, but I fight through it. I'm not a social creature. You guys think I am because I'm talking to you on YouTube. I don't surround myself by friends and family. I don't do it. I'm antisocial. I'm distant. Most of my existence day to day is internal.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
I do not have time in my life for fairy tales. I also drink my coffee with whiskey bourbon. I've been drinking coffee all day, like bourbon and Colombian coffee mixed together.
Really?
It's bourbon coffee. Yeah, man. Matt's trying to send me to AA or something. I've already downed my second cup of coffee. That's enough. I have never done anything to alter my mind but drink a little bourbon from time to time. But I just get a buzz and I stop. All I can do is tell you it's very, very good. Might even be good with a little splash of bourbon. I'm going to leave that alone. Even when I sip bourbon, if I start feeling that I'm getting a buzz, I stop.
We're a pretty mean looking couple.
Don't buy this shit. Really, do not buy this trash. Do not spend money on this crap. If you want to waste your time watching bad YouTube videos, I can't stand it. I can't help you. But don't waste your money on this.
Let me drink some coffee to that one. It doesn't matter. All the intellect in the world's not going to save you if you have a toxic personality and you automatically assume that every new up-and-comer is stealing your shit. That's me. That's me. I mean, you got to understand, what does the greatest enemy of mankind do? They accuse you of exactly what they're guilty of and never tell the truth. That's their modus operandi.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the fucking truth?
Yeah, man. I said, oh, wow, okay, that's what kind of guy this is. His success is determined by his attitude toward others. So as long as he's going to continue to be toxic to people who didn't deserve it, then he will never get the status he thinks he deserves. This is how reality reciprocates. And he's just another person trying to get you to look up. Just like all these movies, Independence Day, the threat is on the outside. The threat is coming from space. Every bit of this is false. Listen, you guys know I had Ben Davidson of Suspicious Observers on my channel, and I was very respectful to him. And from personality to personality, I like the guy. And I believe he's intelligent. But I also believe that he is promoting the same fear about a threat coming from the sky. It's all BS. The only thing we have to worry about is what's hiding in the underworld. That's the biggest load of bullshit I've ever heard. Archaics isn't about doomsaying. It's not. He's lying. Because every single video they do is a fundraiser. So all I see is dollar signs here. I don't see anybody trying to really disseminate the truth. That's what I did, and I did that multiple times. That dude's a scammer. He's already tried to scam many people. Yeah, you guys got people just making up stuff on the fly and other people believing them. Unable to even listen to an individual and realize you're being lied to. I think I'm going to pop open a Modelo and probably watch about an hour's worth of TV just to detox and be done with this day. But I had a great time. I'm going to drink to that. Men deal with trolls far better than females do. It doesn't matter who you are. Every channel, everybody who has started and come out and tries to be successful is going to have trolls attach themselves to your channel. You guys know, I got Tartarian Truth, Chalk Body Outline. I got a bunch of guys that have provided no value to the world other than just basement dwelling BS that hate me because of my success and don't think I should have it because I really effed up when I was 17 years old. That's their only reasoning. He was a liar. He was a womanizer. A person who's not very intelligent, not a very good liar. but they believe themselves to be. You're going to have trolls. If you want to start a social media account, if you want to start adding value to the world, you're going to get these people who are steeped in negative default programming. You're going to get them. Now, most of my trolls fall into that category. There's a couple unique ones. One of those is Tartarian Truth. He's listening. He listens to all my videos. He's listening to it now. I'm just going to tell you straight up. I absolutely refuse to believe that man is just doing this because he hates on me. He and I have exchanged emails. We've communicated. Listen, his grammar, his diction, his sentence structure is too perfect in our communications. This man's working for somebody. And the very fact that he's Jewish basically tells me I've pissed those people off, and they're basically paying him to just stick it to me all the time.
What? Like, huh? Are you crazy?
Which I really don't care, because he just brings a lot of value to my channel. He really does that. He brings a lot of quality people.
All right. Enough of that. And the